then we do a thing, and then we do another thing, and then once we're done with that, we do some other things.
All the
BMFcast.
things. Hey.
Hey. What?
Internet.
Internet?
I say internet.
You say. Yeah.
Yeah. Internet.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's easy. You got the iMovie. And then you're the creator of. You're the purveyor of.
I associate less with Busey now and more just with that Skyrim video of Macho Man.
No.
Because every time the dragons breed, they go, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, hey, BMFcast is online. Sweet.
Oh, I should have composed a tweet.
You should compose
you?
a tweet.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
was
have
just-
a tweet for us?
No. But I'm going to type one. Here we go.
Fucking BMFcast going live and shit. Got to go watch that live stream.
Gotta go watch
Check
that.
out how cool we are. Deep. Close that notepad so that nobody ever discovers the secret of me writing things down.
Now we know.
Oh no.
Tweet.
Mm.
Please tweet. Please respond.
That's kind of cruel to our fans, Jeff.
Fuck them.
What? What? What is your problem, Chuck? What did you do?
I'm doing
What'd you do?
Chuck hates life, apparently.
I do not.
You're what's got you down, Mr. Brown?
Nothing.
Okay.
Tweet.
I'll retweet it, but
You should.
just know that I care that you're talking about whatever.
What you talking
Chuck
about?
over here.
I don't give a shit
See?
about anything.
BJ knows. Fuck everything.
Fuck it all.
Anarchy.
Fornicate
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
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 Heaven, let your light shine down.
I pinned the information in Slack if you want to have it.
Oh yeah, Slack. I
What'd you
remember
do?
Slack.
Bit it into Slack?
I remember when I had Slack at work,
Yeah.
and I would chat with my friends during the day.
My friends.
My friends.
Did you, though?
I did.
I mean,
Well,
you chatted with people.
I chatted with acquaintances.
There
that
you
happened
go.
To,
That's
that I happen
thank
to
you
see
for following that
more
through.
than my family,
Podcast proximity associates.
with more regularity than most things.
Thank you for following that through line there.
Yeah. I don't know why the phrase "step into liquid" is sticking with me from the Slack because
so fucking stupid.
I'm just like, yeah, man, that's my The Cure cover band.
It was a movie. There was a
Step
surfing
into
movie
Liquid.
called Step into Liquid.
Step into liquid. it's pretty good.
It was like
Thank you for making me go back on the Slack, Chuck. Thank you
welcome.
for that.
You're very welcome.
It was like in the summer, all the more extreme.
Right, yeah.
Step into liquid,
Yeah.
fucker.
Step into liquid.
Step into liquid.
We should watch Step into Liquid.
Probably not.
It's actually pretty good,
Yeah.
despite the
Despite the name
Yeah.
being like,
step into liquid, brah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glad I could amuse you with that random.
you're gonna kill me.
Yep. Got the notes, the deets.
Yeah, they're in here somewhere.
Okay,
I
all
had
right.
to scroll back up.
Nah, I was too busy.
It's tough to find the pins on the phone. So.
Oh right.
Robert Forster of Dragon Wars fame.
D-War.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I kept thinking Dragon Fight. I was like, he was in Dragon Fight? But no. D-Wars.
Yeah.
The Wars.
Wars.
Wars. D-War.
Man,
Yeah.
banana shake. Such a mistake. A misshake.
Mm-hmm.
now I got the hiccups from it. God damn banana shake. What was I thinking? God.
Your esophagus is beginning to quake.
Yeah, my esophagus and stuff.
Esophagus.
Made of me.
No.
What you doing over there?
Who are you texting?
Texting my sister.
Oh. Just end it with new phone. Who dis?
We've been having a conversation. I can't just new phone who dis. Right in the
No,
well,
sure
I
you
can.
No, that's
I mean,
the
I
best
can.
time to
Yeah.
drop it.
Yes. Hand me your phone. I'll do it for you.
BT Dubs. Who dis? You have to write it out that way, though. BT Dubs.
Yeah. My sister lives in Houston, and there was a
Oh, Houston.
Houston. Yes. They will murder you if you say Houston in front of them.
No, that's
out
in New York.
Texas.
That's what Soho is.
Yeah.
South of Houston.
Yeah.
Everywhere
But
but
not
fucking
in-
Texas knows
not
how
in
to say
Tejas.
that. Even Georgia knows how to say it correctly.
Listen, Sam Houston was Sam Houston. He wasn't Sam Houston, according to Texans. And
What do they know?
Yeah. So what happened in Houston today?
there was a tanker carrying 3,500 gallons of butane. Or no. Yeah, 3,500 gallons of butane that rolled over and
Played dead.
is... well,
Did no explode?
it did not explode.
It didn't light it up?
It did not, surprisingly.
No one got a ticket to Burning Man today?
Not so far as I know.
Oh.
There's apparently a sinkhole near my home.
I saw that on the news.
On Beach.
Yeah.
Beach Boulevard.
Shortly
Cool.
after the news broke, people started photoshopping their pictures of them jumping into the sinkhole. Because this town is dumb.
Well,
It took
I
you
mean,
that figuring that out?
look, at least it's a step above what they could have been doing, which is what I
Actually
expect them to
jumping
do,
in
which
the-
is actually jumping into the fucking sinkhole. Because
When I saw the small picture, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, oh, you photoshopped yourself diving into the sinkhole because you're a fucking idiot.
I'm sort of sorry that I missed this little like micro local meme.
It was people on the news doing it for some, just hilarious. Just, oh my God, the news.
Oh.
It's just so funny.
That is always like the most painful segment of Last Week Tonight is like when they've got local news anchors don't know how to deal with Cinco de Mayo. You know, and it's like, oh God. Like it's just like 90 seconds worth of just cringing.
To be fair, this year I thought the Cinco de Mayo ones were tame compared to the St. Patrick's Day ones.
Yeah, the St. Patrick's Day ones are bad, but
Yeah.
just all of them. The Mother's Day ones were pretty good because they got dark quickly.
Yeah.
My mother's dead.
Well, the one
Anyway, over to you in sports.
the one guy was like, "Yeah, I'm just leaving the house. I'm not coming back." And they're like, "Oh, just for Mother's Day, you're just leaving the house to her?" And she's like,
Nope.
"Nope, nope, not my choice."
Oh my God.
It's like on the news.
Yeah.
He's basically telling everybody that he's been divorced
Yeah.
for Mother's Day.
He's saying he's back on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get a load of this.
There's a large percentage of me to make it rain. Now back to sports.
I'm on TV every day, ladies.
I'll be spending Mother's Day with my future baby mama at Shocks in P-Town.
Have you been there?
You don't want to go
Tell
to
us
P-Town.
more about the Shocks.
Well, it's ostensibly a strip club.
Oh, in P-Town?
Yeah.
Is it the birthplace of twerking?
It is not. No, the birthplace
Is-
of twerking is the Claremont
Is
Lounge in Atlanta,
P-Town
Georgia.
like Pound Town? Or is there an actual place that considers itself P-Town?
Well, everybody in apparently everybody in the Norfolk area calls. I don't even remember what the fuck it's called. It's just P-Town. Portsmouth.
Oh.
They call that P-Town, and it's gross.
Did they say it? P-Town!
No, they say P-Town
Yeah.
Oh.
P-Town.
P-Town.
because it's gross and it probably smells like pee.
I liked him in the Who, so.
Mm-hmm.
Good old P-Town.
Wasn't he accused of some unseemly things with minors? Was it
Yes.
Pete Townshend? Yeah.
But that was disproven.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He's been in the icky category in my brain for a while.
Shortly. And it was just like, no.
I
Nah.
never heard the exoneration.
They never really publicized it. It's like the dude from AC/DC who was accused of being like murder for hire. Very quickly, they were like immediately afterward, they were like, nah, he didn't. do that.
Okay.
But no one
nobody
remembers
runs
that part.
with that with the
yeah, no, it's
correction.
always like AC/DC tried to murder somebody, which you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, rock and roll. Of course they did. The electrical big balls. Yeah.
Yeah, man, just like Jared from Subway. Mm-hmm. They never printed the thing that he was.
Yeah, he was totally innocent, except because he wasn't.
Was,
No, he's in jail
Oh.
because he did all those things.
How is he still alive?
I don't know. Is
like,
he?
like honestly.
We haven't heard.
So
Other things
maybe
have been
he's dead
dominating
and
the
nobody-
news.
nobody-
yeah.
yeah.
There's just been no room on the news for it lately.
Man, I
'cause-
wish Jared. Like you wonder what Jared if he's like, man, why couldn't this have happened like 4 years later, when nobody would give a fuck and he could run for office?
Yeah,
on the Republican ticket.
he could get a whole like he could get his own talk show. Everything would be fine.
Just like
poor
we've
Jared.
talked about it before. Gary Condit. Gary
Yeah.
Condit was the guy who was like 9/11. Woo! Yes, yes.
Yeah, got him out of that whole murder
Save me.
investigation.
Like nobody cared about Gary Condit by September 12th.
No, never. thought of
Meanwhile,
him
like
again.
every day, Gary Condit was in the news
Yeah.
for like 6 months before that.
Yeah, and then like a year later, Dateline was like, "Oh yeah, remember that? He didn't do that.
Yeah.
We found some other guy who did it." Anyway, Al Qaeda. What's the latest Al Qaeda news?
Man,
Can you take your gas masks off
Like-
yet?
like-
The anthrax is everywhere.
you just wonder what crazy ass news like we never hear about just because of the timing of it.
Yeah.
I mean, even nowadays, like, something could have happened today, but everyone was like, "Oh no, you got to listen to this sound clip that sounds like."
It took like a
something."
week and a half before like anyone was acknowledging that someone was bombing Austin. Like people had died. There had been 3 or 4 packages that had exploded,
Yeah.
and no one was talking about it.
Twitter knew about it immediately.
Twitter was like-
was on it.
Remember when the military was like, "Hey, yeah, we saw UFOs." Everyone was like, "Nah, blah blah, don't
Yeah.
care."
You prove that aliens are real? Look, we got this jackass in the White House. We can't deal with this right now. That's great. I'm glad the X-Files have been proven
Well,
right.
that alien story was also pretty horseshit.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
but
It was.
still.
Yeah.
But it was just funny that everyone was collectively like, no time for this.
Well,
You
we
don't
know-
understand.
We know that aliens have not been here, at least not to the U.S.,
Right.
Do we?
because Trump would have fucking said something by now.
Yes.
Unless,
He would not have been able to hang on to it. No.
Unless,
Yeah.
Unless
No.
they didn't tell him.
no, I
Unless
mean, unless he is one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is the alien asshole. But
Yeah.
no, he's not. Unfortunately, he is.
Yeah.
He is human.
He just blurted it out in one of his damn rally speeches.
Oh, yeah.
Of just like,
Yeah.
the aliens have been here. They know, many people are saying.
Some of my best friends are aliens. They're fine people.
I know they could have told him about it, and they didn't say his name for like 5 minutes, and it just
It's true.
yeah.
It's true.
If it wasn't on a little index card with pictures on
That's
it.
what I mean. Just gonna.
Yeah.
Maybe actually,
Maybe
I mean
they
that was
didn't
before
tell
they.
him.
It was before they figured out how to communicate with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they were just like, we don't have time to go back.
And they gave him the big report, and he's like,
I assume it's something kind of like Charlie language.
yeah.
"Yeah,
Yes.
It's like pictograms and
exactly."
things made in gold.
But anyway,
Yeah.
we should talk about Demolition.
Oh
High.
right.
I would love to.
No, Demolition University.
What'd you say?
Sorry, I said Demolition High.
We could talk about that,
That's sure.
but we recently did
Yeah,
that.
Demolition High again.
TOO.
Yeah, we recently did it tonight.
Demolition Summer School.
Ooh, with Mark Harmon.
Would that be BMFcast alum Mark Harmon?
Yes,
BMFcast extra alum Mark Harmon?
correct. Of summer school fame.
Best talk show clip ever. Courtney Thorne-Smith.
Yes.
What?
Star of that one Conan O'Brien clip
That is
where
so
Norm
good.
Macdonald fucking savaged her.
It was so good. Where she's on there to promote the Carrot Top movie, Chairman of the Board.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
Norm Macdonald's just like, yeah, fucking Carrot Top. Like, how low have you sunk?
He's like, wait. He's like second chair. He's not part of
Yeah.
the show anymore. And he's like, wait, hold up. You left Melrose Place to do a movie with Carrot Top?
Oh, you need to look this up. It's fucking amazing.
It just keeps going. It's so good. Yeah.
That is one thing I've always respected about Norm Macdonald is the complete lack of giving a shit.
That's pretty much the top of the heap right there.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Because God, it gets to the end and it's just like, so what's the name of this movie? And she's like, Chairman of the Board. And Conan's like, do something with that, you freak. And he's like, oh, I bet the board is spelled Bored. It's so good.
Yeah.
His delivery always just. Warms the cockles
Yeah.
of my cold black
I
heart.
love that it became like a whole thing on the set of the 40th anniversary SNL show. That Rolling Stone ranking that had him at like
Oh, yeah.
142nd out of 144 cast members,
Yes. He was-
and that everyone there was just like, really?
yeah.
But like normally you'd think they'd be ragging on him, but instead they were just like, nah, dude, Norm's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You this guy, whoever this guy is, we all hate you now. Just so you know, literally everyone that's been on SNL, your favorite show of all time, hates you.
Yeah. God, that list was such
That
bullshit.
it was complete garbage. But
It's Rolling
that's
Stone.
what all lists are.
I know.
That's why I try not to say best of. I always say favorite of, because when you say favorite, that means okay, this is the one I like best. When you say best of, it's like it implies that there should be some universal truth,
Yeah.
and this is it. And no. Now you can call something a golden jocks, and that is a universal truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we come to that like in a democratic way. I mean, there's math involved. Like we all
Yeah, whatever
say our
movie
parts, and
one
then
of
we're
us,
like-
whatever movie two of us have seen automatically becomes the de facto winner.
I mean,
No,
we've almost always our golden jocks like everyone's seen it.
Yeah,
I think
and we've had consensus.
Was
for
Hell or High
quite a
Water the
few
only
years.
one? No, Hell or High Water wasn't even our golden jocks. I don't think.
I think it was.
It was my top.
It was
but
my top also.
that year was weak.
That was a bad year for
I
me.
was-
And I would actually have replaced it with Kubo and the Two Strings if I had seen that in that year.
Right,
But I
right.
did not.
Yeah.
We should probably remember all our golden jocks. There haven't been that many.
Hey, someone do the work. Come on, fans do this shit for people all the time.
That's true.
But
Go back and make a list.
We
Fucking
were only
Wikipedia
talking
us.
about like
Well, I
we
could-
didn't even do all 9. We've only started that. We probably only done like 5, 6. We didn't start that right away. Our golden jocks thing. Thing. Have we done
No.
it most of the time?
no, because I mean, I seem to remember District 9.
But I think Moon was that year.
Yeah, it might have been Moon. It was
Yeah.
either Moon or District 9. I don't think we actually ranked them. We were just talking
A
about
Moon Pier was
favorites.
here?
No.
Moonpig.
But I know obviously Fast 5 was 2011. I can't remember what 2010 was.
When was Pacific Rim?
Oh,
2013.
13? Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, Avengers was 2012, but that wasn't Chuck's, but the rest of us, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2014, I don't remember. 2015 would have been Mad Max.
Oh, was the Avengers year? The Pompeii year.
I think that was the year you basically just trolled your list.
Fucking Pompeii.
Pompeii's pretty good.
It's all right. I will give you that. It's all right.
It's not a top 5 of the year.
It is when you've
any
only
year.
seen 6 movies.
so you
There
pulled a
you go.
BJ
Take it
that
from
year this
me.
year.
Yeah.
You're
Take
like,
it from me.
Oh,
yes.
well, I only saw 6 movies, so these 5 are my favorite.
Right. One gets an honorable mention.
Transformers 12. It's number 4.
BJ was just like, I went and saw Transformers. It's the best. Also the worst.
Yeah. Anyway, let's do a podcast.
Okay.
Please.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 423.
Blaze it. Numbers.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast is we go and we head and watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie, come in here and talk about it for the first half, and then we rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot Jocks is the thing we like a
Robot
lot.
Jocks.
However,
Oh.
there are bad movies. As in Stay Away, they get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags is in giant bags of trash.
Garbage.
That sounds like an appropriate way to deal with those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're smack dab in the middle of mayhem. Hashtag mayhem.
Mayhem.
Boy,
Hey,
are we.
And
Such a good
we're
idea.
doing a sequel to one of not a Fast Getaway.
No.
But we're doing Demolition University from 1997, sequel to Demolition High from just a mere fortnight ago.
Yeah.
I know we were discussing this. Is this our fastest sequel officially?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did the math.
Just barely beating out
They did the
American
monster
Ninja
math.
2 to
To
American
3.
Ninja 3.
Yeah.
So how about a very quick plot summary, and we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Would you please give us one?
A college student and his friends try to thwart a deranged war veteran's plan to poison the city's water supply.
Yeah,
his
sounds
friends.
about right.
Accurate.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Mostly friends. I mean, people he may go to school with.
At least in this one, they are people he already knows.
Sure.
It's not like he has just arrived and shit goes
Yeah.
wrong. He has been attending university
E-
for a brief moment of time.
Yeah, which they treat as if it's high school,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
But-
much, but
But yeah.
I mean, it really barely figures into this movie after the first.
Yeah. I think they just wanted to tie
8
the
minutes.
name in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it
it should have just been like Demolition High 2 Field Trip. I
Sure.
mean, like, seriously.
I don't know. Maybe they were worried he couldn't pull off being a high school student.
Oh,
maybe they should have
True.
named it Demolition Higher.
Yes.
That would have made sense.
higher learning.
Let's retcon that right now.
Yeah. But anyway, Jim Wynorski.
Yeah.
Not back.
Oh, sort of.
He's producing, but
It did some second unit
He's
work.
back-ish.
He's in it too. I saw him wandering around in the background at one point.
oh really?
Yeah.
Was he a sniper again?
No. He was just
Oh.
wandering around in the background.
Yeah.
I think he just wandered onto the set.
No, he was pretty.
Sorry, I'm getting that noise out of the way
All right.
because I will bump into it
Okay.
a million times.
Cool.
20 bump it. So, yeah, Corey Haim,
Yeah.
5th appearance. Listen to last week's episode if you want to know the other movies he's been in.
Okay.
Yeah. The director, Kevin Tenney, who you'd think, oh man, no Jim Wynorski. We got Kevin Tenney instead. This guy's a BMFcast alum.
Yeah.
He directed Night of the Demons. He wrote Peacemaker.
Yeah, he did.
Remember Peacemaker?
I didn't until I did the research to figure out what this guy had done.
I didn't because I wasn't here that week.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should watch Peacemaker. It
Yeah.
was okay.
Hey,
It's
it
got
has
George
Robert
Clooney.
Forster.
It does.
No, other Peacemaker.
Oh, right. I know.
This is one with Robert Forster, this is his 3rd appearance.
Uh-huh.
Delta Force. He was the bad guy.
He was.
He was Middle Eastern
Yeah.
in Delta Force.
He was.
Peacemaker,
Uh-huh.
as previously mentioned.
Yeah.
And Dragon Wars. Deep cut.
Yeah.
Deep Bamfcast cut.
Dwars.
Fucking awesome Bamfcast cut, if you ask me. Dwars.
That movie's fucking nuts.
That movie's fucking awesome is what it is. That movie's kind of better than Demolition University. By a lot. Anyway, also, Amy Dolenz,
Yeah.
the female lead,
Mm-hmm.
has been in Bamfcast-worthy things, but this is her first appearance on
Yeah.
the show.
Yes. Welcome.
Yeah, she's from Ticks.
Yeah, she is.
We have not watched Ticks.
Right.
She's a son of a monkey.
Yeah.
How have we not watched Ticks?
We should watch Ticks.
We probably
She's
should.
a daughter of a monkey.
Yeah. Not
Son of a monkey sounds funnier.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like some
You
sort of insult.
son of a monkey.
Yeah.
And another one, Lorraine Newman.
Uh-huh.
This is her 2nd appearance, if you count Bamcast Extras, where she was in Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Also, she was in, SNL.
Right.
However,
Oh, right.
Uh-huh.
you would not know that from this movie because she is not given anything
Anything.
to do.
She's there to take up space.
She was probably given a sandwich because, like, literally, this could have been anyone. This is a nothing role given to somebody that you can go like, hey, aren't you?
Well, Lorraine Newman is a Kevin Tenney regular.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
All right.
she often shows up in.
I'm just saying, like,
does she get to tell jokes in the other ones?
I've seen her be a lot more wacky.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it just,
this was just hey.
she's not in like the Bill Murray in Rushmore phase of like, no, I'm a serious actor now. This
no,
is
this
just
was
like,
hey. I'm
it's just
hungry.
a nothing role. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I said, it literally could be anybody because
She's
it
just
means nothing.
the world's most nondescript, boring teacher.
Yes.
so anyway,
Uh huh.
Demolition University.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie takes place
It does. It in fact does
in
take
a
place.
university.
No.
Also,
barely,
oh,
so-
no, for about 3 minutes.
Right.
I don't think we even get to see inside the
No, we
university.
don't. We
do
see we see kids go into a building and then exit the other side. We never see the inside of this
But
place.
first, terrorists.
yes, we are introduced to the terrorists.
Yeah, by first, a ninja.
Yep.
A ninja is infiltrating a place and, like doing ninja things like garroting
Sure.
a dude.
Yeah.
Which is weird because, like, she chokes him for a little bit and then it's just like, nah, throw you against the fence. And I say she because there's a reveal in the movie where it's like, hey, it's a lady. And it's like, hey, I know what a female form looks like, mask or no mask.
It could have been a ninja trick.
Yes,
Seduce
that old ninja
girls.
trick.
Okay.
By
I
looking
thought
like
you
a
meant
lady.
like, I
Look
thought,
like a ninja
prostitution terms or
No,
something.
no,
I
no,
was like,
no.
Oh,
No, not that kind of ninja trick.
all right.
Ninjas don't pay for it.
You'll never see me coming. Ah,
Gross.
Anywho,
That's a good joke.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I like it.
But no, she and then very slowly, snips her way through the fence
Yeah.
and then kills a dude in the guard shack, and then it's like, mask off. Look, it's a lady. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Big reveal.
And then van pulls up, and she jumps in. Dude jumps out and drags the body away, and I guess takes his uniform or something. No, they know that's right.
No.
They don't bother doing the switch there. It's later.
Yep.
They're just here to rob shit.
Yep. Because this place is not well guarded.
Despite it being a military facility with a very deadly neurotoxin.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
But this does sound the alarm.
It does.
To which two guys sharing a desk are like, okay, let's turn off the alarm. One guy goes to turn off the alarm. The other guy is just like, pulls out a gun and just shoots that guy.
Back of the head.
And then says, dismissed. And
Should've
right
said
away.
class dismissed,
Yeah.
so we could get Demolition University
Yeah.
started off proper.
But right away, we're like, all right, this is going to be that kind of thing.
But he did one-liner to nobody except the
Yes.
dead guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is the best kind of one-liner.
But they kind of very briefly shoot their way in, take out a couple dudes, and then walk to the poison room, which it's in a box that it opens, but then it's just a couple of beakers sitting in there, and
They take one and
they
put
take
it in
one
a-
and just like walk it away, and then another dude's like going to take the second one, and he's like, "Whoops, Butterfingers," and drops it, and then they immediately shut the door on him, and they're like, "Nothing you can do," and this guy just
He shuts the door, and his other buddy's like, "No, let him out, let him out!" And the guy's like gagging and foaming at the mouth, and
Yeah,
just,
he ate an Alka-Seltzer and is totally just foaming at the mouth.
yeah, he is that seagull
Yeah.
right now.
Yes. He's like, no, let him out. And it's just like, sorry, dude. The guy should have worn a suit.
Yeah, and he's like, "But he was my friend," and he's my friend, and he goes, "He was your friend."
yeah. This establishes that their turncoat insider man is Captain Jokey.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if that's his
Extremely
rank,
jokey,
but I think it was
Yeah.
Sergeant Jokey. But
Perhaps.
For a guy who, over the course of the film, will maybe have mental problems of some kind, he's just jovial as hell. Like, everything is just like, this is great. I'm having a great time being a terrorist. This is fun, you guys.
Maybe
Thanks
that
for
is
coming along with
emblematic
me.
of his mental problems.
Maybe. I don't know.
He can't take anything
Yeah.
seriously.
But God, like, he's just calls one guy Aladdin. It's just like, hey, Aladdin, go get the van. Like, I don't know why any of these guys are working with him. They all hate him. Like, he doesn't respect any of them, and they're all just like, Jesus Christ, guy.
And it's got to have been going on, for
Oh, yeah.
days or weeks or months or whatever.
Yes.
He's
I'd
an
watch
in-
the prequel of them planning this and just
Right.
being like, fucking hell, guy. Shut up with the jokes.
It's a means to an end, I assume.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah, but
whatever their end game was.
But so, as he's just kind of carrying. He has the vial that they're going to take out, but there's like a Superman 3 key system in the hallway that they both put their keys in, and it self-destructs the building. So they do that, turn the keys, and then go. They get in the van. They've got a carrying case for the virus,
yeah,
which you should have just brought that in with you.
yeah.
It's not a
it's not a
complicated
very big case.
It's just
It's
a tackle
like-
box.
tackle box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's like perfectly foam padded to
Yeah.
to fit this thing.
Yeah. But they're just like, woohoo, let's go. And then as they go, the building blows up. Which the building doesn't blow up, but they have planted actual explosives around the front of this building.
It
so
looks pretty good. Looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
Something blew up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of orange fire, and I appreciate that.
So then it smashes to Demolition University title card.
Like, yeah, smashes to that courier font
Yeah.
or whatever.
Impact.
Impact, fine, whatever. It's
Impact
fucking-
without
It's
the
the-
outline.
It's the meme font.
All right,
Yes, the meme font.
but yes,
Or the meme typeface. I'm not sure which.
Magazine.
it's
the meme clip.
clip.
Meme
yeah.
clip.
Yeah. It's clip art.
Yeah. But there's just quote unquote college things going on. People walking around with books. There's some football practice happening.
Yep.
There is a girl running track.
There's a lady who
We get some track rack.
you do get
Yeah.
get some track cleavage.
There. Have they ever seen a woman run track?
Has
hasn't.
she ever seen somebody run?
No.
No,
I'm pretty sure
I
she
posit neither has.
she learned to run from the Steven Seagal School of Running. I think.
yeah.
Like it, I know
Think
it's part of the plot later
Flamingo in
on,
distress.
but like, pick someone who can run, or not look like they're just
Dying.
barely barely containing control as they run.
the
Because
problem again, Amy Dolan's Kevin Tenney alumni.
okay,
So it was just get all my friends together to be in this movie. We got to go. Like, we can't.
why make track a plot point?
It's really dumb
And it's really flimsy.
because it doesn't pay off well at all.
No.
So is what she's wearing, because she's also, besides running poorly, she's not equipped for running.
She's not wearing a sports bra.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's got 2 black eyes when she finishes running.
Yeah.
Which, all the dudes who are watching are just like, woo, yeah, check her out. Because she's flailing. Like, not just her arms flailing, which she is doing that also, but just, like,
yeah. And
broken
we are
face.
treated to a lecherous enjoyment of it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's,
And I like that her time is like 26 seconds for like 50 yards.
Yes.
And it's like, holy shit, were you walking? Like, I know you're flailing and you're not making it far, but
she was
this
right.
is- like, it's tough to take that long to get somewhere if you're actually trying to run.
Yeah.
She was timing it, and she was disappointed.
Yes.
And so are all of us.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because this school is not known for its sports prowess, because then
no.
we move to the football field where there are 4 football men practicing.
And Corey Haim. Because there's one guy in line who's like a foot shorter than everyone, and nothing that he's wearing fits.
Right.
And you're immediately like, there's Corey Haim.
Yeah. Lucas went to college.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, man, hey, Slater, go deep. And he's just like, okay. And then, they run this quote-unquote play, which is just throw it to Corey Haim, and the ball sails over his head, but he still dives at nothing anyway.
Yeah.
And looks
Basically
like
lands at Amy Dolenz' feet.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, were you trying to catch this? Or, I'm sorry. How were you trying to catch this?
yeah,
Sorry.
she has a bit of a helium problem.
Yeah.
She has a bit of an acting problem.
Well,
She can't deliver a line well throughout this entire movie.
Hey.
she's a
no,
nice-looking
she
lady.
cannot.
Yes, she is a good-looking
She's
woman.
not your
but,
stepping stone.
but she is... She's bad. She's a very bad actress, and she is one of those people like it's weird that it came out in 97 because it feels like something trying to do like a Joss Whedon Buffy type thing with all the dialogue where it's like everybody's quippy.
I was about to say, like, it feels like she was doing the worst Alicia Silverstone impression of all time.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to do that, like, snappy, clueless sort of thing, but she just cannot.
Well, yeah, it's like when someone knows the words to a joke, but they don't know how to tell a joke.
Yep.
And like all her timing is just off for everything. So, and it's all these like insults at Corey Haim.
But I think as we learn, because later on she botches some dialogue. Everyone botches some dialogue
Yeah.
at some point. It's just, I don't think they took a second take on anything. I think they were just like, we've got this bus for 6 hours. We've got this power plant for 2 days. Just go. Just go.
But it basically becomes like he's hitting on her, trying to ask her to go to a dance. Not immediately, but because first it's like animosity between him and the quarterback. Oh, you overthrew it. Well, you should have caught it. Well, why not? Let's fight. Okay. And then, just the same kind of bullshit from the first one. Which
Exactly
is like,
the same. Because quarterback's like, all right, and takes punches, swings at Corey Haim, and Corey Haim does his, I'll duck and you won't hit me, and guy falls down. I mean, it's the same confrontation from the first movie.
Football has like 55 fucking coaches.
Well, yeah, and
Where are the
players
coaches?
also.
Even,
Yes.
like, even shitty,
not at Broke-Ass University or wherever the hell they are.
even, like, Division II college teams or 3
Yeah.
still have, like,
My shit high school had
12
like
coaches.
a dozen fucking coaches.
Yeah.
You were getting yelled at by one of them, no matter what you were doing.
They
no
gave
matter when.
They gave a scholarship to Amy Dolenz for track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
okay.
case closed.
Yeah.
They gave her a scholarship
But it
for
only
rack.
covered half.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Damn it.
Rack and field.
Rack and field. There you go.
Okay.
Anyway, yes. They get in a fight
I
during
think I'll
practice.
see myself out.
No coaches.
No.
Eventually one at the end's like, hey,
Hey,
quick grab ass.
go to the showers.
Yeah.
I'm in a different
Yeah.
movie over
And
here.
I like that Corey Haim's like, man, terrible way to start my day.
Yeah. Like,
When this is clearly being filmed at like 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't have football practice in the morning. That's not what any of this looks like.
No.
No.
Right, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, then it's just like, hey, I caught up with you. Hey, Amy Dolenz, you want to go dance with me? And she's like, I don't date jocks. He's like, wait, you're a jock. She's like, actually, I'm only here because
I'm
scholarship.
I'm a physics
I'm in
major.
physics.
Yeah.
and I'm a lady, so I only got like 50% scholarship, and I'm
Yeah.
physics, and I'm not dating jocks, and nah.
And then quarterback man is there.
It's like, I asked you first.
Yeah, you go to the dance with me, not this dweeb.
She's like, I'm
who's
going
a shit
with either
football
of
player.
you. Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Then it's like, get them.
Yeah, and it's just all
Don't
the
they
football
just,
men.
Don't they just run it on,
Yeah,
onto the quad?
they're across
There's
the
no
way.
conversation.
Yeah,
They
no,
just run
that's
into
right.
the
Yeah,
quad
he doesn't talk to her
and
yet.
they chase him. He eventually gets chased onto a bus.
He does.
Which is a yellow ass school bus at a college.
Yeah, that says Laidlaw on it, but they apparently painted
Yeah.
a D over the L,
put
so
one
it
piece
became
of-
Daidlaw.
Dade Law.
They put one piece of electrical tape from the top of the L to the
Yeah.
to the leg of the L.
My house.
It was
Like where they
Dad
like
law is the only law.
yeah.
it's just one of those things. It's like it was Laidlaw. Like
No, we do not give permission.
no, sir.
You can borrow the bus, just like
There will be no demolitioning in our
Yes.
brand
Change it up.
together.
We do not want to be affiliated.
you can copy my homework. Just change one. Just change something.
Yeah.
If you want to blow shit up, you get those Bluebird guys. They'll let you go crazy.
But yeah, so Corey Haim hides on the bus, and then immediately is just school class led by Lorraine Newman gets on the bus, and she's just like, "Oh, children, take your seats."
Not even that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm.
Yeah, but her-
she's just
like her-
children, get on the bus.
Yeah, everything she does is as plain as it can possibly be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Amy
meanwhile,
Dolan's-
okay, so they're on the bus. A jock quarterback gets on the bus as well,
'Cause
and
he's
that's
in
when they
physics
have the
class.
argument about
Yeah. I asked you first, and
yeah,
blah blah blah.
yeah. So we're established there.
Yes.
Meanwhile, what's been happening is the terrorists have hopped in an RV
Yep.
and made their way to the water treatment plant
Yep.
Terrorists have themselves an RV.
and have basically taken over this place.
Wasn't it the water treatment and power plant combination?
It's both. It does everything. Whatever you need it to do, it does.
One of those, just get the all-in-one
Yeah.
unit.
It's a hydroelectric power plant.
Yeah.
It's not at all. I don't know.
But like one guard comes out and is just like, "Hey," and then he's immediately murdered and dragged off into the bushes.
And I love that there's just cars going back. Like
it's right off the street.
It's like 50 feet from the main street, and they're just dragging this dude, and the car's like, yeah, whatever. See the guy
Yeah.
murdered here every day.
And they go to like the head of the facility and like get on the PA system and tell everyone to meet in such and such. And he's like, "I can't do that. People have to watch
Yeah,
things
they're
and monitor
very-
stuff."
They have knobs and stuff.
And they're like, "Well, how about my gun?" And he's like, "Oh, okay."
I'll do whatever you ask me.
So
Attention, power plant choppers.
yeah. So they
Please
call
go to
everyone
Section C.
to go to the power quad, and like
Power
Section C, thank you very much.
they all go except for one guy who's like, "They can't be serious, right? We can't leave. We're very important people.
Yeah.
We have to stay here and
the one
watch
guy
these
he
knobs."
is basically like he means everyone else, right?
Yeah. Not us. You go.
Seriously, we don't touch the knobs.
Yeah.
This place has like 20 minutes max.
Which, so, by the way, at least they're filming in a place that is a power water something thing.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the first movie where it was just dude in a basement next to a breaker box. They're actually in something that did something because there are
There are
devices
knobs
and
and-
right.
pipes.
Yeah.
So I missed the
Their entire
conversation
control
with Bernie.
panels.
Yeah, I do. I miss Bernie as well.
I want conversations with Bernie.
I had hoped this was going to be the same place, and it was just like this place is always being besieged by terrorists.
Oh, man.
And Bernie is just like fed up and joins up with Corey Haim. But no.
No, that was a nuclear power plant.
Okay, whatever. They're all the same to me.
Nuclear.
Right.
Power plant, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just get everybody together in the quad, and the terrorists are like, "All right, this is our place now. You just shut up, sit down."
Yep.
And then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna." On the way over, they had taken like a vial of the nerve gas and
Yeah.
put it in a separate test tube. And then he explains like, "This stuff's great. It multiplies when it's in water, so we'll just put it in the whole water supply, and you've got an endless supply of nerve gas. It's
the
so awesome."
It's the Gremlins virus.
Yeah, exactly. You just put it in water, you get more nerve gas. So, yeah, they're just going to put it in the water. And this is not the first movie. The first movie was terrorism hiding a heist. This is just terrorism to do a thing. It's like they have some other dumbass demands, but it's basically like, yeah, we're going to do this. There's no we're stealing things.
Yeah, the
or-
only demand is to release one of another terrorist.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
But
and like
Wasn't there some sort of like vague plot point of them going back to wherever the terrorists were from
Iraq
to do? They're going back to Iraq.
Yeah,
to
to
do
get money.
to do
Yeah.
more terrorism.
Yes.
Okay.
To be terrorists, which they're already doing, so I don't
Why
understand.
not just
Yeah.
two
Mission
birds, one
accomplished.
stone?
Yeah. And Iraq in '97 was
yeah, they were going to start Desert Storm 2,
Yeah.
storming back.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's immediately this this rivalry between the main dude Carver and the lady terrorist, the lady ninja. He is just like, "You're gonna be mine, lady," and she's just like, "Oh hell no," and that continues for the entire movie. He's just hitting on her the entire time, but doing it in weird, quippy, dumb ways.
Yeah, and it's real hard to tell who's actually in charge because he acts like he's in charge most of the time, and then you've actually got what appears to be the actual head terrorist dude, who's the guru guy from Silicon Valley.
Yes.
Among a lot of other things, but
And yes, he did play a terrorist in 24.
of course, yeah.
He's one of those guys you see me like, yep, you were definitely a terrorist in
Yeah.
24 at
Yeah.
some point in your career.
I'm sorry you were typecast in that role, but
Yeah.
you know, obviously, yes, you were on 24 at some point.
Yep.
Because they needed you to be.
I love that dude's name is Bernard White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
it's like I demand you give me all your money from Bernard White.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, it's just I don't know who's actually in charge. I mean, it seems like they just got this insider dude, and all of a sudden he's like, "Well, I'm American, I'm in charge." Woo!
That's the way he acts.
Yeah, that's the way he's acting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But the class arrives at the guard gate, and immediately this dude just runs out. It's like, "Excuse me, no.
guy-
What are you doing?
this guy's so good.
No entry."
I love this guy because he's like, sorry, the power plant is closed.
And Lorraine Newman's like, "Oh no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
We
I need to speak to your manager,
Yeah.
sir.
I'm a middle-aged woman."
I just demand to speak to your manager.
Yeah. And he's like, no, power plant is closed.
No civilians.
You go home now."
And she's like, Mr. Rojas, I scheduled this months ago. Mr. Rojas knows we're coming. Get him on the phone now.
And he's just like, And meanwhile, Corey Haim's like,
And then, I love that he calls in, and I believe he speaks in an Arabic language when he calls in.
yeah, because he calls
'Cause he
his,
gets Mohawk.
he calls his
Yeah.
other Mohawk guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just like, "Here, deal with this, Carver." And he's just like, "Oh,
But-
yeah, let
but I
him through
just-
because more hostages is good."
Yeah, I just love the lack of subtlety there.
Yeah. But so as that conversation is happening, Corey Haim looks inside the guard shack and sees an AK-47. It's like, gun.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like, "We didn't see a gun."
Yeah, because they happened to shut the window.
Yeah.
He happened to shut the window just as they
Yeah.
were.
And Amy Dolan's like, "Guns are illegal."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, it looks like an AK-47. They're like, how do you know what that? He's like, my dad was a cop.
Yeah.
New York cop.
New York cop.
A New York cop.
Yes,
We
and
shot
then Amy
before.
Dolans goes, "Aren't assault rifles illegal?"
Yeah. Nah.
Nope. Never were.
This
ahead.
was in the middle of the assault weapons ban. It hadn't expired until
Fine, technically, whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It hadn't expired.
right.
Good job.
But what's wrong with the guard shack having like they're guarding the power plant?
Yeah.
Shouldn't they have some
They should
sort
have
of
some
Have
firepower.
some
firepower,
Russian or
right?
Chinese-made firearms.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, why
that
not?
one's not so suspicious. However,
Yeah.
what is suspicious is the basically naked dead body
Yeah.
in the trash, which Corey Haim conveniently points out just as the
Yeah.
bus
as
gets far enough
yeah.
that a trash bag obscures any
Yeah.
view of naked dead guy laying in the trash.
He's like, "Hey, I think because he goes to Lorraine Newman. Is like, I saw a body and I saw a gun." And she's like, "You're gonna sit on the bus. I don't have time for these shenanigans."
Yeah.
You're
Well-
a practical joker. You put the principal's car in the gymnasium, young man, or
that
whatever.
fucking shit never meant anything because he's
It
like,
got resolved immediately
Yeah,
because he
be-
went back to the seat,
yeah.
and douche guy's like, "That was me."
yeah. So Corey Haim didn't get punished for it. He only got accused for it. But they act like, "Oh, that guy got you." It's like, no, he didn't. No one got blamed for it. Who gives a fuck? But anyway, yeah, Lorraine Newman's like, "I'm not listening to your shit."
And your punishment is just to sit on the bus
Yeah,
while
you
we
just-
all go inside and get kidnapped,
Right.
which they do.
Yes. By the way, so Corey Haim mentioned his dad, Alan Thicke, who is not in this motion picture, but that is the only mention that he ever did anything ever. Like, there is no, like, "Hey, I blew up my school," or "Remember that terrorist attack that was on the news? That was
Yeah.
me." None. There's no, like, "Nakatomi Plaza, me. I'm that guy."
Well, they even set it up like when Larry Newman's like,
Yeah.
Slater, aren't you the one who put the principles? It's like,
Yeah.
that's what you know him
Yeah.
for? Not like the kid in high school who
Yeah.
killed a bunch of guys and blew up his high school.
There's not like one of the terrorists is like, wait, I know who this kid is, or
Right.
or one of the FBI people's like, wait, that kid's inside. Oh, we're gonna be okay here. None of that. Like this movie exists, and this could be its own thing. Like if Demolition High never happened, this movie would make perfect sense, but like there's no reason for the first movie
And
to
he
exist.
never even comments on it.
No. There's never even a quippy like I've done this before. He says I've fired some guns, but that's basically all he ever says.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
So anyway, he gets left on the bus.
He does, yeah.
Everyone else goes inside. Lorraine Newman's like going through the tour, even though there's nobody working the plan.
Yeah. And over here is where men would be watching the things turn into things, and let's go this way.
Over
kids.
here's the room where if nobody's touching these dials, we all die in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so she's continuing through the tour, oblivious, until they run into people with guns who are like, all right, come here.
Yeah, well, so they go off in one direction, and then Amy Dolenz and Football Guy have a conversation to themselves about going to dance.
He stops her. He's like, "Why don't you want to go to the homecoming with me?"
Yeah. And then they talk so long, they can't remember which of the two directions the class went in, so they're lost.
And it's literally the same setup as before. It's
Yeah.
like, antagonist guy and the girl he kind of cares about are left behind.
Right, and they're wandering through the terrorist
The girl he
situation
kind of cares
somewhere.
about by also having about the same amount of interaction prior to the shit going down
Yeah.
are left alone. And yeah, they run into each other and it's like, what? Huh? Oh no, there's terrorists here. And what are you talking about? Oh, that's not terrorists. Those are just guards. And I'm going to go talk to him. Hey, guy. Like,
Yeah.
big dumb jock guy's just like, hey, don't
Yeah.
shoot. I'm over here. And of course, the guy starts shooting. He's like, the hell, man? And gets immediately
I
captured.
mean, Corey Haim has evidence to this because before he went inside, he was outside and basically
Right.
hid behind the RV
Right,
and
yes.
listened to them tell their entire
Oh, yeah.
story. Watched them mix the
Yeah, take a syringe
Yeah.
of the stuff.
yeah, and basically explain everything that they're going to do.
But
and of
again-
course, he's doing it in his pervy fast getaway manner of just standing there going, staring right at them. Hey, Dad, what are you
Mouth
doing?
agape.
Dad. So,
But yes, he, again, could just say, no, I saw terrorists. They have some kind of chemical thing.
Yeah.
This is bad shit. But no, he's just like, come on, you got to follow me. Just trust me.
and then they see terrorist guy walking down the hall, and he's like, "There's one. We got to go." And the football guy's like, "Hey, excuse me."
Yeah.
And then
immediately gets taken.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, they shoot at him.
Right.
And then he lays down and goes, don't shoot.
yeah.
Don't shoot. It's like,
He's
no.
like, I was just looking for my
Yeah.
buds.
Yeah.
And then
Carver comes over
he's
immediately.
like, how many more buds do you have around here,
yeah,
guy?
We're the rest of your buds. Yeah. So,
But very quickly they're like, oh no, there's other people here because, they're just walking along and they make some noise and startle a dude and have to run from him. And then it's our first like wacky, just whatever's on scene thing way of killing somebody because Corey Haim finds this giant knob
oh god,
gear crank thing.
Yeah, like 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
it's just a big wheel.
It's like a big giant crank thing, and
Yeah.
like this dude walks by and he blasts him with basically like a fire extinguisher. It's
Yeah.
just like there's this like 3 foot wide crank wheel to like set off a
Release
fire.
steam or
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
and
like-
the guy's like and falls over a catwalk
Yeah,
and
I mean,
dies.
you see like a view shot of him turning the wheel, and then you see the opposite view, which is just down the catwalk where this guy. You never see what it's coming out of. You just see this blast of a fire extinguisher hit this guy in the face gently, and then he's just like, "Oh God, I've been poisoned,"
Yeah.
and falls over a one-story railing.
and I'll say like this is, I mean, among like the lack of Alan Thicke and other things, like this is the biggest difference between this and the first one is like the first one kind of set up its kills and were interesting.
Yeah.
This one's just like, I don't know, some steam made a guy fall over. Because then like there's another one where it's just like they kind of like trip a dude over a catwalk. So like he kills like 2 dudes just by throwing them over catwalks.
Yeah, one he kicks him in the chest.
Yeah.
And knocks him off. And Amy Dolenz like has to stare at the body. She's like, you killed him.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he does it was them or us, man.
they're terrorists stuff.
As they get shot at and run away. Which the majority of what those two do in this movie is wait for a terrorist to spot them and then run away while getting shot at.
Yes, as the shots miss well.
But yeah, it's there's just a varying amount of terrorists to go hunt them.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like how many people did you actually bring in here? Because there's some fodder, but not a ton.
Yeah.
Like so, like two just get kicked off the catwalk, and it's like, well, they're done, and then it's just run around and send this person after them, and send
Yeah.
and eventually they called the dude in from the guard shack because he joins in the fray
does.
eventually too.
Yeah.
But
Also, so we're introduced to our outside party,
Right.
which is Robert Forster, who is investigating. They've found the van that they used to escape from, and so he's on the radio radioing this in while his partner opens the doors of the van, doesn't see the giant bomb that's taped to the door,
And beeping.
Yes. So the van explodes, and you think, okay, well, that's a cutaway shot. That's fine. No. Then they launch a dude into the windshield of Robert Forster's car while Robert Forster is just like, Jesus Christ. And that guy falls over to his death.
the best part is like he falls to the ground all crispy,
Yeah.
like makeup crispy, and then just like the way he decides to die is like the I fainted pose,
Yes.
like he's got hand on the head. Like,
Oh, the vapors.
oh, I do declare, Mr. Beauregard,
right,
that
yes.
was
Yeah.
that heat gave me quite the vapors.
Yes. And right as that happens is when the bad guy gets patched into his radio.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's just like, so, Colonel blah, blah, blah.
I just love that he answers it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hello.
your friend just got blown up.
He never
like,
even gets
right
out of the
next
car to
you.
check on him either.
No,
Yeah. But so the guy, he's like, who am I talking to? And he's just like, think back, Colonel. And he's
like,
just
I don't
like,
have time for this.
Yeah.
Think back to Desert Storm '92.
Yeah.
he's like
Carver? That's right. It's me. And fuck you. And I got stuff and we're going to murder everyone.
I figured you would have blown up in the explosion last night. He's like, you're not so lucky.
Yeah. And he's just like, I need this guy. Go get this guy for me. And the guy's like, and Robert Forster's like, that's a lot of red tape. I'm not going to be able to do that. And he's just like, I don't care. Just fucking do it.
Yeah, you got 4 hours.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
So he drives away.
Leaving his crispy friend on the
Yeah.
ground.
Just totally
'Cause
just.
I like that there's a late cutaway shot of the van just still burning.
Yeah.
Like after the whole conversation, it's just like we get one more shot of the van. Like, yep, still
Yep.
very much engulfed in flames.
Friend still dead.
Yep.
Right next to you. But yeah, so he drives to the scene right when everyone is arriving for this. And
I like that the cut shot to him is like a close up on like a bottle of Mylanta, and it's like him bringing it from his like belt up to
Yeah.
just glub glub glub, and
Yeah.
and this is of course like when everybody walks up and
including FBI lady.
FBI lady.
Who was no wait, they all didn't arrive there. They all converged at the van scene first because
Did they?
yeah, because
oh, that's right. She met up there.
he then takes her car.
yeah,
and
because
she's
his,
like,
his car was fucked, and
Yeah.
he's like,
He's
I'm
like-
going to drive your car.
and she's like, "Harumph, it's my
Yeah.
car."
Do you have any hostage negotiation skills? And he's like, no, you do now. Let's
Yeah.
go.
We're going.
Because she narrowed it down to 4 names, and one of them was Carver. And he's
Yeah.
like, it's Carver. And she's like, how do you know? He's like, I just talked to him.
He
Let's go.
just called me.
We got to get this guy. Let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
there is a cutaway shot where they're on scene, and he's just down in some Mylanta. I think it's after it was after they opened fire.
No, this was like
Right before.
Was it right before?
Yeah, they were just setting up, and
'Cause
he's,
he
he's
had-
pre-Mylanting.
Yeah, he had some line about like you're going to escalate this situation or engorge or inflame or something, inflame this situation or something like that. But like
The only
he's
thing
like the only
that's-
thing that's inflaming anything is my ulcer or
Yeah.
something.
Glug, glug, glug.
Glub, 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 Mylanta. This is Robert Forster.
I
from
just
Mylanta.
love Robert Forster. You know exactly what you're going to get out
Yeah.
of Robert
Yeah,
Forster.
he's dependable in everything.
But like, yeah, and it doesn't matter. He could be in fucking Jackie Brown, or he could be in goddamn Demolition High, which or Demolition University,
right
Demolition Higher, which came out the same year.
as Jackie Brown.
Yeah. Yet he's just like, I'm going to give you this.
Yeah.
You know, Breaking Bad. I'm going to give you this.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what it is. You know exactly what Robert Forster is going to give you.
Yeah.
Although he has a mini freak out a little later, like when everyone starts shooting at nothing. He has like an uncharacteristic for Robert Forster mini freak out.
Yeah.
Like he yells and is like agitated, and you don't see that
Right.
very often.
Well,
so.
what precipitated them shooting was Corey Haim and Amy Dolenz finally make it to the roof,
Yeah.
and I don't know exactly, like, I don't know if they just spotted them and they're like, hey, them, or like,
The guard in the guard
The
tower.
guy-
oh, that's
yeah,
right,
the guy
he
coming
shot
back.
up
Yeah.
at the roof, like when he saw them,
and they're
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!
yeah, everybody starts shooting, and when he calms everybody down, he's like, you know,
I want all your supervisors over here right now."
it's real dumb because like this movie, I mean, what is it rated? Because it's like it's so all over the place.
Unrated.
Yeah, I mean it's so.
It's direct to video. I mean, it's
But it's like all TV cursing. Like it's all like crap and you suck and screw you until like Corey Haim I think drops like one shit late in the movie.
Gross.
Well, let's be fair. Corey Haim dropped a lot of shits and they filmed most of them.
Yeah.
But
This movie it has
but I'm saying like
violence that would be equivalent to an R-rated movie.
yeah. But I mean like his chewing out of people should have been a lot more intense.
Yes.
But instead it's just like, you know, who's the military geniuses that started opening fire and
Yeah. What's this
harumph.
freaking situation? Yeah.
There's a lot of that. It's weird. It's like that. What are you going for? Is this trying to make it easier to put on cable?
Well, you can
cheaper?
pitch it to more markets. So, you can cut around the brief violent parts and just sell it that way.
Yeah.
It's easier to put on UPN or whatever the hell we had back in '97.
Hell yeah, UPN.
USA up
UPN.
all night.
Yeah. But yes, the fuck happens next? I mean, there's more running around and more.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth with them. With basically, they know that there's people there that have already taken out some of their guys, and what they do is they end up getting that guy to chase them. The guy coming back from the guard shack continues to chase them all the way up to the roof,
Right.
where that guy who refused to leave his post
Right.
is still up there.
Yeah, they end up in him and one other dude are chasing him into that place.
Yeah,
And-
two
and-
guys chase them into the room where the nerdy guy refused to leave.
And they get in there, and the nerdy guys, and they're like, "There's people with guns. They're shooting." He's like, "Good,
That's the
good. You
guards."
guys aren't supposed to be here.
Yeah.
you guys need to get out of here. This is a very important place, and you're kids, and you need to leave. 'Cause
And-
there's science and shit happening here."
Out of his pocket, he pulls a can of what he says is mace, but he uses in a threatening manner towards them, just like, I'm going to make you leave.
Yeah, this will blind you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is bear mace.
And then, like, the two
This
bad
stuff's
guys...
really dangerous. You gotta have a permit for this.
Well, the two bad guys explode into the room.
Well, they shoot the door.
That's true.
Yeah, 'cause
but the
he's
door
about to
really
open the
doesn't
door.
Well,
give
he
way.
was about to open the door, and then they like start banging on it and shoot at the door, and he's like, "Oh no!" And
Yeah.
then they kick the door in.
They kick the door in. Corey Haim and Amy Dolenz just bend down. Like, they don't hide behind anything. They just
No,
bend
they're
down.
hiding behind the thing behind him. Like, there's
It's-
a console behind
it's
him
not
that they're
filmed
hiding.
that way.
Yeah, I know.
It looks like they are standing right next to him, but bending down.
Yeah.
So,
It's just like dogs can't look up.
Yeah.
Guns can't shoot down. So
But-
if you duck
Oh,
down in
that
like
explains a
a
lot.
Johnny Bench situation,
Yeah.
you won't get shot.
but man, they light up this nerdy guy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
real quick. Like,
He gets shot in the chest.
you
like
kept
a
thinking,
dozen
like,
times.
okay, this guy got left behind. Obviously, he's going to do something important. No.
he's gonna die.
He's going to drop his mace.
Yeah.
And so Corey Haim scrambles over and grabs it. And then, like, this is the most chaotic, dumbass.
It's so good.
It's fucking insane. Like, the entire, from this, it's probably only a minute total from the time they explode into the room to when this scene wraps up. But holy shit. Like,
I just
so,
love that he goes, "Hey!" right before he bear maces both of them in the eyes.
Right.
No, he only bear maced one, and then he bear maced one, which made the guy drop his gun,
Yes.
and then Amy Dolenz walks over and slaps the gun out of the other one's hand.
Yeah.
Out of the guard check guy, which this is a big dude.
Yeah.
And then he picks her
But
up
that
like
guy-
a
yeah,
He
he-
picks her up like a rag doll. She's got the AK-47 in her hands now, and he's just ragdolling her back and forth.
yeah, just bear hugging
Like he's
her.
trying to give her a Yeti bear hug.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So he's squeezing her. The other guy is like, "Oh my god, my eyes." So
Attacks
While
Corey
he,
Haim.
yeah, while he's fighting Corey
yeah,
Haim.
he comes at Corey Haim. So as Amy Dolenz is being thrown around in this loving embrace, she machine guns the dude who is attacking Corey Haim, and then so that guy's been dealt with. So Corey Haim comes over while that guy is still swinging Amy Dolenz around and just one punches him, and then that guy's down.
Just down
Right
right
in the
face.
face.
Like he's not dead. He's just
No,
like, yeah, but
but
it drops her.
Corey Haim in this movie, so it's very obvious whenever there's fighting, they have switched to some other man who is not Corey Haim. But the implication is always like Corey Haim has some sort of Ivan Drago pounds per square inch punch thing that is like really loud and really forceful because it will knock motherfuckers out or stop them from whatever they're doing. It's like punching a shark in the nose. And it's just like Corey Haim is the all-powerful, like,
Yeah.
because he's the executive producer, I have a feeling he said, one punch is my power. That's what I will do
Yeah.
in this movie. I will one punch all the
Whereas
people.
usually one punching someone makes them go, "Ow!"
Yeah.
and then get really angry at
Yeah,
you.
because there are at least two instances where it seems like Corey Haim is going to get into a lengthy fight with someone, and it's over in 2 seconds. Where it's just like punch, and it's like, all right, well, that's taken care of. Let's go.
Corey Haim must break you.
Yeah. So, but holy God, that whole like minute-long scene is just fucking hilarious. It is the best. And it woke me up. I was like, all right, this movie might be okay. Because up to that point, it was just like,
Yep.
this is very standard
lot
and
of
no one
running.
is doing anything and this is not great. But that scene happened and it was just like, oh, okay.
It's a whole lot of running and him having to drag Amy Dolenz along, who was be portraying herself as Miss Independent, like I'm here because of brains, and then all of a sudden she's just like, I don't know how to
Yeah.
run. Please
Yeah.
drag me places.
Guns and I'm scared.
Yep. But this guy he comes after them later. But like they leave, they get out of the room and they get off the roof, and then we see him exit the room.
This is
Very
the one.
shortly
This is the
thereafter.
one like true actual booby trap that Corey Haim sets up in this entire movie is for
yes,
that
this one.
dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
He continues to chase them.
yeah, they're running along a catwalk and he spots a red tool case and he's like, "What's this?" And we don't really see what it is he sees until he picks it up, and it's a jackhammer.
It looks like a jackhammer, yeah.
I don't know why it's in this power plant or up on a catwalk, but
You never know.
and he
when
doesn't
you're
even
gonna
really
need a
use
jackhammer in
it
a-
like you would
Yeah.
use a
He
jackhammer.
doesn't get a screw you Benny thing going.
No.
Yeah, no.
Like he literally just puts this thing in the grating of the floor with the spike sticking up and then rigs a tripwire and it's just like, "Oh, I know where the tripwire is. Run, run, run." And this guy doesn't see the tripwire. It just goes thump onto the spike.
Yep.
That's
right
it.
through the heart.
Yeah.
And Amy Dolan's again is like, "You killed that man." He's just, yeah.
I was just like, that was a really cruel way to kill him.
And for
You could have just shot him. You had a gun.
I mean, there was more that took place because, like, for a while, Corey Haim actually has a gun because they took it from this altercation, and they have brief shooting down hallways that means nothing.
Didn't they kill a guy and just leave his gun there?
Oh, several
yeah.
The Spike dude, they
Yeah.
didn't take his
yeah,
gun.
that's right.
Yeah.
Spike dude.
Yeah, they
because
took-
they came back to
To make sure he
watch.
was dead.
Yeah.
Like, are
It's
you
like,
dead?
oh, yeah.
All
well,
right.
they took his radio.
Yeah,
They
they did.
had two
It's-
radios.
Two radios.
His
Well,
cell phone.
Yeah, one was a radio, one
No
was a cell
guns.
phone. It's just
His
cell phones.
mobile.
Cell phones of the time look like giant walkie-talkies.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, because like they run off and they're like, "Oh yeah, we have things. Why don't?" And Amy Dolan's like, "I'm going to call the police," and they're like, "That's a good idea."
Yep.
So she dials 911, and apparently they set 911 in the speed dial to dial the other phone because she dials 911 and it calls Carver.
I think it was just you hit 9 and it dials. It was an internal thing. It just was not set up for.
But she dials 3 digits. I mean,
I know, but if the
whatever.
first one triggers it, the other two don't mean shit.
Okay.
Who
But-
knows?
But it
Whatever.
dials
You have
Carver,
to, you're
Yeah.
supposed to dial 9 for an outside
Yeah.
line.
and she's like,
Was it actually a cell phone?
yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 'cause
but
one-
yeah,
They
except
used
he's
them
like,
like walkie-talkies.
I
Go
do
on.
like
It
that
is-
there's one shot where the one dude picks up the phone, puts it to his ear,
And then
puts
realizes
it down to
it-
look
yeah.
at it, and then puts it back up to
well,
his
he
ear.
didn't flip it open. Like
Yeah.
he goes, "Hello." Oh, wait,
Yeah.
flip.
Huh?
Which also goes to the case of they took one take on everything here.
yeah.
But
I think it is a cell phone versus walkie-talkie for an actual clever plot point that they do here in a second. Because so like Corey Haim has the walkie-talkie, she has the cell phone, and so she calls. Carver answers and goes, "Speak," and she's like, "Who's this?" And he's like,
oh, so
Agent Carver
That's
of
a
the
Helium
FBI?
lady. That's
Yeah.
a kid. Okay.
And she's like, "Oh my God, thank God! Listen, okay, here's
Helium
exactly
American.
here's exactly where we are. Here's what's going on." And he's like, "Oh yeah, great. Let me write all this down." You know, yeah, just stay right there. We'll totally come get you.
You're right by the guy that we left in the water tank. 'Cause
Yeah.
They keep cutting this poor one dude whose job is to guard the water tank with the. Because they've rigged a
With the
concussion.
juice, yeah.
They've
Yeah.
rigged a concussion grenade to the vial of stuff.
Right.
Because it will explode the vial without igniting it, thus
Yeah.
destroying it.
and drop into the
So
water tank.
his job is just to sit there with a
Yeah.
timer and this bomb and
because
guard
they
it.
also set a time like 5 hours for some dumb reason.
But I
Because
just
they
love.
didn't want to drink any of that nerve gas water.
I just love that periodically they will cut back to this guy and he's just like, we're just adding in like okay, just still guarding the water tank.
Still
You-
tied to the truck by my nuts.
That's cool. I'll just be here. You keep doing your terrorism.
Yeah. So, okay, here's why I think one's a phone, one's a walkie-talkie. So, she hangs up, and Carver's like, "Go, kill them. Just go kill them." So then they radio that guy and say, "Hey, do you see
So
two interlopers or
Why
whatever?"
they do it? Like they're right there by the water tank.
It's in a number of ways dumb. So they do that. Corey Haim has the walkie-talkie, so he's hearing the chatter. Although he should have been able to hear it on the bad guy's walkie-talkie because that guy's only 5 feet away. But so Corey Haim is peeking around the equipment, staring at that guy while the guy's taking the call. And they're
the guy
like, "Do you?"
says-
Yeah,
It's like-
because they're like, "Do you see the interlopers?" And he's like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they're right over there."
It's like I just saw them peek out and then go away.
Do you want me to shoot him? No, we'll take care of it. It's like, okay,
I will stay here on the water tank.
guarding the water tank.
Yeah.
Have fun at your regular festival.
Yeah. So, man, I don't know. More dudes show up.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
no,
a lot
no.
of-
She goes to get them where they should be, and they've like snuck around on the other side,
Right.
and left the cell phone on a pipe, so that she is sneaking up and calls the cell phone.
Yeah, but hold on. This is
Okay.
real stupid too,
All
because like Amy Dolan says something like, "We can sneak around to the other side," and Corey Haim's like, "Good idea." They sneak around to the other side, and then Corey Haim says, "It worked." Like, yeah, you went around to the other side. It's not a genius plan. It's just
It is, Chuck.
You walk to the other
No,
side.
Chuck,
and
that is
then
advanced physics.
Yeah, that guy didn't see him.
Yeah.
Which, that's another thing. So, Amy Dolan's, like, I understand she gets her quote-unquote hero moment with the track thing, although that's fucking stupid.
Yep.
But, like, she and the entire class full of physics students are in this place, and physics never comes into play into any of this.
Nope.
Oh, it's everywhere, Chuck.
No.
I don't think you understand.
I'm just saying, like, none of them get like this, oh, I'll save the day with physics. No.
Yeah.
That's such a dumb, like, they had to come up with a reason for this college class to take a field trip to the water plant, but it matters not. It just, none of it matters.
They might as well have just made them like environmental majors, because
Yeah.
then their uselessness would be explained.
Sure, it's just like,
Well, they
oh,
did mention the fossil fuels.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They burn the fossil fuels. There's some message in this movie that they're
I don't know about
lazily
that.
trying.
The only message is Corey Haim has to stop them from putting toxins in the water
Yeah.
that
True.
might
True.
turn the frogs gay and kill them with nerve gas.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But they sneak around. Bad guy ninja lady calls the cell phone, sneaks up and shoots at the cell phone, to which there's nobody there, and it's doing the dumb like, nobody can be reached at this number. All circuits are busy.
Although they have recorded the sassiest message
Oh,
for
they have?
that, like, I'm sorry, there's no one here to take your call.
Error
Error
code 369. Damn fine.
Bye, y'all. Beep.
Get low. Get low.
So, like, the lady's like, oh, where are they? And then, is this when Corey Haim punches her in the face, and then that, like, immediately that fight is over?
Yeah. He punches
Yeah.
her in the face. She goes down, and Amy Dolan runs up and is like, "You punched her," and he's like,
Yeah,
I did."
well, you know,
And they
terrorism,
run away, and
lady.
then her brother runs up and is like, "Oh no, sister,
Punched you in the face.
are you okay?"
What is wrong with you?
And she just immediately gets up.
Yeah.
because It's takes you down completely, but only for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like they have busted out the prisoner because like a van arrives,
Man.
and man, they open up like, all right, so
This guy gets the fucking hero shot.
he does like two FBI dudes come to let this guy out of the back of the van.
He's fucking Scarface.
He is Han fucking soloing
This
in the
is-
back of this van.
This is a Fast and Furious movie reveal
Yeah.
type
like
thing.
he is
Like,
kicked.
this is Cyrus the Virus. This is John Malkovich
Except
being brought...
he's in like the the full handcuffs and ankle cuffs thing, shackles. Yes, but like he's still like kicked up with his leg up, like just like, yeah, what's
Yeah,
up, bitches?
yeah.
and gets out and just like it's this slow motion like just hair blowing, and then like everything after this like does not match any of that hero shot, because I was
No.
expecting this dude to just have like the
Just
like
be
fucking
badass.
Billy D.
Yeah.
Williams ass voice and like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm a terrorist.
Yeah.
but no,
Instead,
it's
he's just like, "Hello, how is everyone?
Yes. Hello,
Okay,
I
are
am-
we going to do this?
I am
Yeah.
Farouk.
Okay.
But yeah, so...
Yeah, he recognizes the general, but
Yeah.
that,
Right.
Robert Forster, but that's about it.
Yeah. So the bad guys inside are like, okay, lady ninja, time to go get your husband. And, Carver's like, wait, what? You have
Yeah.
a husband?
Yeah, because like every scene
Yeah.
with the two of them in it has been him just hitting on her in the worst possible ways.
Yes.
Just horrible, just garbage
Yep.
every time.
But yeah, now he's found, oh, you've got a husband, huh? Well, our engagement is off. And so they go outside to meet this guy. And then, okay, so you've got FBI profiler lady who's like, okay, Robert Forster, you probably shouldn't be involved in this at all because you're his commanding officer and he hates you and blah, blah, blah. So Robert Forster just gives this guy shit. Just as...
Well, at first they kind of negotiate, and he's like, "What's in it for you, man? Like, what are you? Why are you doing this?"
Well, at first he's like, send my dude over. And they're like, well, give us the virus. And he's like, nah. And he's like, well, why would we do this? And
Yeah.
it's just like, look, what's your deal? Like, why are you even doing... Why are you hanging with them? What are you doing?
Yeah, he's now attempting to get inside Carver's head.
Yeah.
To which the FBI lady is just being like, no, don't.
I just
Yeah.
no.
like I can imagine him trying to play poker with her sitting behind him, being like, no,
You don't have the cards? No.
no, don't bluff on that. Don't you can't bluff that.
What are you doing? 7-2 offsuit is terrible.
Yeah, but it's like you just want them to be like, we can see you, lady. We can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. So and like
Oh,
also,
we forgot the fucking Michael Bay shot they do.
oh Christ.
Oh, because that's even better. Is like before they go have this moment, they're standing there and it's Robert Forster, FBI lady, and for whatever reason, Farouk in his orange jumpsuit is
just-
standing in the middle of them.
Yeah.
And they're doing the Michael Bay sweep around
God.
shot.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
And-
shit just got real. Just,
Yeah.
Like this happens twice. Like that scene, and then one later where they're cutting between the two people speaking, and
Yeah.
it's just like the DP got bored that day or
Right.
something. It was just like,
Yep.
But they're
Hey,
like,
look, we got a circular dolly. Let's
Yeah.
just we
Let's
got it
push
for
this-
an hour.
Let's see how long the camera will go.
but they're
Push.
they're having their strategy of how they're going to deal with him, while the guy,
Yeah.
the bargaining chip, is literally standing in between them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like,
I
how are we
just-
going to play this? It's like, he's unstable, sir.
And the guy's like leaning in, like, yeah, and okay,
I
yes.
cannot watch scenes like that without thinking of a cameraman just holding a Steadicam, sprinting in a circle around the scene, and just like,
You hope they put a dolly track down. You
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
do.
you
But
do.
It's,
but-
it's smooth enough
Yeah.
It's
that
very
it
smooth.
should be a dolly. Like,
Yeah.
but I have a similar imagination that like there's this fucking. There's one guy pushing it, and there's another guy holding the camera, and they're both just fucking green as shit. And the one guy's, the guy holding the camera is just freaking out.
and the
trying
guy
to,
like trying to pull focus as like, oh no, that guy was too close,
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
I like to imagine it's Billy Barty from UHF.
Yes.
and it's also like the camera is also just sort of trying to keep one person who's talking and one person who's not in frame at the same time, so it kind of wobbles back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's
I mean,
it's kind of nauseating.
It's exhausting, yes.
Yeah.
However, I will give them credit. The timing for the end of that shot is really good because I think it's Robert Forster who stops speaking, and it just kind of, as he stops speaking, it comes around right in front of all three of them and
Yeah.
stops.
They timed it out.
And then
someone did some
bang.
work. Yeah.
yeah.
But so Carver and the other bad guy come out, and so they're doing this back and forth negotiation. Give us the guy. Well, you give us the stuff. No, I'm not going to do with that. Why are you with them? What are you doing? And
Well, Forster makes a good point. He's like, I know you don't want to die.
yeah,
How about them?
Yeah.
You think you think they gave a shit about dying?
and they've already told him like, they're pretty much like, today's a good day to die, and he's like, wait, what? Why?
A good day to die hard.
Yeah,
No.
Oh.
no,
Yeah.
but yeah, so
But yeah, and her, they keep talking about her having her grand purpose.
yeah,
This is her grand purpose is basically to
Right.
die here in a fucking water plant.
but so Robert Forster's giving him shit, and the FBI lady is like, no, what are you doing? Meanwhile, Carver is reacting to the shit exactly how Robert Forster thought he would, and the dude with him is like, don't listen to him. What are you doing? No. So it's working on both of them, but each one has their own dude or their own person saying, stop this. No, this is bad. Don't do this.
Does it work out like Robert Forster wanted? Because,
No, it does not.
Because, I mean, slowly he's just like, oh, yeah? Well, and he's just, like, cocking his gun, and then eventually it's just like, hey, Robert Forster, fuck you, blam. And just, man.
Shoots him center mass.
Shoots him center mass, and then his reaction shot as he, like, falls back, like, stiff as a board. Just, whoa.
Yeah, they put him on something where he could gingerly fall back. But he has this comical, like, monstrous zombie face where he's just like, and just like tumbles back. He goes down. Not a single person ever pays him any mind. They don't
Nope.
look down at him. No one ever attends. It's just like, well, he's dead. Everyone fire.
Well, I also like that Farouk is like, Allah Akbar! Like he yells something like that.
Yeah.
But he's all like chained up. Mm-hmm. And so all he basically gets to do is push FBI lady down so she can shoot him in the chest like 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so-
that dude dies too.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, everyone is like, oh, we're having a gunfight. And so they're shooting back and hiding behind their RV. And then for whatever reason, the FBI lady's like, everybody stop shooting.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Why?
Why?
They're right
I mean,
there.
I know they don't know that this is all that's left.
Yeah.
That they've sent their entire force out. I mean, minus, I guess, Ninja Lady's still in there guarding
Right.
the hostages. But, like, no.
Yeah,
you
and
could
has
just...
also killed Lorraine Newman at some
She
point.
did,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
because
yeah.
Lorraine Newman dared to say, "Hey, maybe."
Well, when they were
Well,
like...
no, she tried to run away.
Well, okay.
Well, they were like, oh, when they figured out there's 2 of them, it's like, go get them and kill them. And she's like, no, don't kill them.
They're
She's like,
kids.
whatever Davy Dolan's name is, hey, and then they shoot her in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just dies unceremoniously on some stairs. It's
Yep.
like, yay. To which, Carver was like, the point of hostages is to, like, have them be alive. And she's like, okay, fine, you're right.
So this, like, causes strife between Carver and the other guy, and so...
Yeah, well, the other guy is like, the fuck you doing, man?
He's just like, I don't know, I'm crazy. Don't you know me? I'm Crazy Carver.
Yeah.
Give me some candy. So,
and he basically goes, like, they hold up, gun to the face on each other, and he's like, isn't this fun?
yeah. Damn fun.
And they're all like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go inside.
Well, Carver goes inside. The other dude goes in the RV and gets the other vial of the drug. And then he
still manages to sneak back in.
pretty much, but like they both get in without any problem whatsoever. Carver gets in and goes to the lady. He's like, engagement's back on. Your husband's dead, lady.
Great way of telling someone that, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
we didn't
and
mention
he's
that ninja lady's husband was Farouk. I don't think. Did we mention that?
Yeah.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. So
It doesn't really
It
matter.
doesn't really matter.
It really doesn't matter.
Other than this guy can go on and be like, Pat,
yeah.
whoever has a husband,
Yeah,
take a
but
step forward.
Carver like
Not
sells
so
out the
fast.
brother immediately. He's just like, your brother caused him to go nuts, and so he got shot in the cross. I'm sorry, and then the brother comes in immediately. He's just like, no, Carver, he did it, and look what I have. I have
Carver pulls a gun on him.
Yeah.
He's got the gun to his head.
Yeah, he's like, well,
And
I've got the nerve agent.
Yep. And she's aiming at both of them.
Yeah.
And that's when Carver goes, oh, looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Or as they call it in Mexico, a standoff.
Yeah, nobody reacts to that.
No. She reacts to it by shooting him in the forehead.
Yes, immediately.
To which her brother's just like, what? You could have shot me, and I'm holding the vial.
Yeah.
We'd all
And
die.
She's like, I still might.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's like, why?
you're
crazy.
messed up. Yeah.
And she's like, what, are you afraid to die, brother? He's like, well, no, but like not today.
Yeah.
I got shit to do.
I do like that. He's like, we have to get this back to the...
we should take this home
We
and
got
be
further
heroes
battles.
just for one day.
Yeah, yeah, he's like... I got that.
Okay.
But he's like, we have further battles to fight, and I have to fight them. And
she's like,
you
no.
have to make your grand sacrifice now. And
Yeah.
she's like, oh, well, I think you're kind of pussing out here.
I think you're going to make your grand sacrifice.
Yeah.
So anyway, they radio the guy and they're like, hey, drop the thing in the water.
Yeah. And so they have something that has like a countdown clock on it. It says 30 seconds or whatever, because they've gotten that guy away from it. The bomb is still there, but that guy's not there anymore. So they've sped up the clock or whatever. It's going to go off in 30 seconds. And Corey Haim's
Well,
like,
what happens is he's got a dead man's timer.
right.
Is what he's set up.
Okay.
Because he sees Amy Dolan's going, hey, come over here. And so he's like, oh, I have to chase them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what he's got. He's got a dead man's timer. So when he drops it, that's when it
Okay.
sets the thing off.
Right.
And she chases them. And then, of course, Corey Haim gets in a fight and has knocked the thing away.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, oh, no, the bomb. You got to go get it.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm not that fast.
I can't make. And he's like, you're in track, and she's just like, Scholar, I'm physics lady.
Why are we arguing? The timer's going down.
And he's like, go, and she's like, okay. And then just the worst Steven Seagal running in slow motion.
Atrocious.
Is the worst runner.
To get there, she gets to it. The other dude, the guy who's been guarding it the whole time, shows back up and says, hey, give me that. To which she goes, okay, and throws it to him right as it explodes and blows out his chest, to which he flies backwards. It's just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To which the FBI freaks out and is like,
Yeah, because they have
we got to go in.
They have an ultrasound team outside, because
God.
we also haven't mentioned the fact that when Nerdy Guy died, that meant no one was manning the controls, and now the power plant is wildly out of control. So
That worries me about our power plant.
It really does. I like that. Like, there's basically the equivalent of somebody who's like a mister. Like, it's if it gets too hot, someone has to go up and go.
yeah,
Okay.
All right, that's okay. Yeah, but yeah, so they've got this ultrasound team outside who keeps saying things like, there was a tiny explosion inside, and we hear the generators starting to whirl.
They're working harder.
What did they say? Surge.
Yes.
The generators are surging.
Yeah, because we started making surge jokes, but yeah, it. I don't know.
We didn't even talk about how Momad and Sister Ninja went out, because Momad somehow got thrown against a power breaker, which immediately kills you.
Yeah, I don't
of
remember
course.
how that happened.
But
Movie rules.
And then she was fighting with Corey Haim. That's why he
Yeah,
was like,
yeah, well, what happens, the reason this happens is basically they blow up dude who's guarding the vial.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they open the box with the vial in it, and the sniper somehow sees into there and goes, okay, the vial's still intact. 2 of the kids have got it.
Should I take the shot?
Yeah, he killed Sister Ninja first, which that's why Amy Dolenz had to take off running and
Well,
do her thing because
yeah.
he had to one punch her into what was like a bomb that was left on the wall.
Well, he comes out with the vial
Yeah.
to like where all the hostages are.
Right, but he also has a fight with her while she's on fire.
yes,
Like she
Yeah.
gets a ticket to Burning Woman, or Coachella, I guess would be that one. And so like she's on fire,
is
and
that like the purse brand? Is that a woman joke? What is going on?
I'm workshopping it. I'll get
Okay,
there.
all right.
He'll make it.
But so like she gets set on fire.
Yeah, because a bomb goes off next to her head.
Yeah.
During the fight with Corey Haim.
But she never once reacts to the fact that she's on fire. It's just like, Corey Haim, I'm going to murder you
She
now.
keeps yelling at him.
Yeah. Like,
And-
all right, come on, kid, time to die. And she's on fire.
And also keep in mind, she's standing in puddles on the ground in a water plant.
Yeah, the floor is plenty water.
The floor was not lava; it was water.
Yeah, it was. It would have put her out. But Corey Haim one punches her, and that.
Yeah.
Not while she's on
I-
fire. She just kind of eventually is like,
I just
"I'm on
love that.
fire."
Yeah,
I'm
she's
dead.
on fire and she's kind of
Yeah.
making like the wrestling "I'm gonna come get you" move. You know, they
Yeah,
keep
we're gonna grapple.
yeah, they keep circling around each other doing that.
Yeah.
And the whole time they're ADR in like "I'm gonna get you."
Yeah. Come on,
Die,
kid.
American.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just
That's right. Momad, the main guy, dies because, yes, he takes the vial out of the
Yeah.
thing, and instead of carrying the case that is probably perfectly fine at this point,
Yep.
and it's just like doing the baby steps like, oh no, I got the vial, I got to be very, very careful, while the sniper is talking them through like, okay, he's got the vial, and he's walking it down.
Yep.
And
yeah.
then Momad tackles him as he's like coming back
Well,
to
he shoots at him and he just drops
yeah.
it.
He does. And I swear to God, that vial broke.
Yeah, I
In that
think it
shot,
did.
I
It
think the vial
probably
broke
did.
because you see like a splash of water,
Right.
and he's not
Oh.
on the floor; he's on grating.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh shit, Corey Haim's dead. They're all dead. This
Nope.
movie's dark."
So we see one mistake there.
Right.
Yeah.
But yes, and then this thing's just like teetering right on the edge of this platform.
Yeah, and this is when quarterback tries to be a hero, and is going to stop Momad.
Mm-hmm.
So he grabs him so that he can't shoot his gun.
He goes, "Hey, Slater, go long."
Yeah, yeah, and Amy Dolenz starts fighting that guy,
Mm-hmm.
and they're eventually, they're kicking back and forth. And what happens
It's great because they're both fighting him, and then the football guy's like, "You got this, Amy Dolenz." To which immediately Amy Dolenz doesn't have it at all.
Yeah, well, she goes, "You have to go get the vial before it falls."
He's like, "You got to have your one thing you're quote unquote good at. I'm going to do the one thing I'm quote unquote good at, which is throwing things."
Yep. So
Me
he
throw
goes
good.
and grabs
Me go
the
get
vial,
thing to
Yep.
throw.
and then
Slater, go long.
he goes, "Slater, go long," and they have the shot of him winding back, and then when you think he's going to throw it,
Yeah.
he just palms it
Yeah.
and follows through all the way.
Which they
Yep.
should have cut, but they
Yep.
left about 20 frames of it in.
They left
So you just
plenty
see
of
him
it in.
pull it down, and you're like, "The fuck."
Yeah,
They were
We
afraid
ba-
of breaking that one too.
We backed
'cause
it up because I was like, he just palmed that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was their last prop.
Yeah.
They
So-
only bought 3 Erlenmeyer flasks from Johnson Scientific or whatever. They couldn't afford more.
They didn't realize that,
Faster
we can get a
beaker.
plastic one of these. But God, so
Well, actually, science does.
they
Well, I
fling
was
this
trying to
thing
I know.
through the air, and it is just tumbling, and you see Corey Haim going for it, and he catches it. And I
Yep.
guess he has redeemed himself in
Well,
a not football situation whatsoever.
yeah. While Amy Dolenz kicks Momad into
Into,
a control panel,
Yes.
which,
yeah.
as we know, all
Yeah.
control panels are highly electrified.
Hell yeah, they
and
are.
as soon as you bump into them, you will be electrocuted to death.
Yeah.
To death.
Why do you
He
think?
is promptly electrocuted to death.
Why do you think Bernie was called what he was?
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd been Bernie one
Yeah.
or two times.
Lots of times. He kept bumping into shit. Yeah. So everyone's dead. He's got the the stuff.
The vial.
Everyone has run out of there except Corey Haim, who's taking his sweet ass time, even though everything is exploding. He gets outside. The building, they've set up explosives all around this power plant or whatever to go off to make it look like the place is blowing up. He walks out the main door and just kind of chills up against the wall, which is the worst place to hide because that building is technically exploding.
Yeah, it's going to fall on you.
But it's fine. It's totally fine. He's totally cool.
Yep. Yeah, man.
And he walks over, and they've already tended to football guy who's gotten treatment in the
Yeah, because I guess he got shot in the
did.
other arm.
Yeah.
As he was throwing,
Yes.
as he was palming the
Right.
vial that he did not throw.
But yeah, and then the FBI lady's like, I'll take that from you.
Right. Yes. Give me that, son. Thank you. No one, like, he is gingerly walking out with this thing. No one is paying him any attention until FBI lady's like, "Oh, son, here, give us that, please. Thank you. Bye." And then, like, they go over to the ambulance and they're just like, "Hey, football, huh? Yeah, football." And Amy Dolenz is like, "Is that all you guys think about?" And they're like, I don't know,
Not
sort of.
the only thing.
But go to the dance. I don't know. Womp womp. Credits.
Womp womp credits.
I mean, there's not even a good, like, I guess prom's going to be outside this year. I mean, like, there's no one there to get. They killed
We
Robert
don't have a
Forster.
prom at the combination power plant and water.
yeah, the
I'm just-
university's
yeah.
fine.
I'm
There
just
was
saying-
no demolition. At
I'm
the
just saying,
university.
there's no line at the end of the film, which is just like, oh, okay, we're going to be okay.
my school this time.
Yeah, yeah. There's none of that. It's just like, oh, you boys.
I got the power.
Yeah.
If only had been a couple years earlier,
Right?
Yep. But yeah, then that's just it. It's over.
and they had like $1 or $2 because there was no music of any, like, there was no licensed music in this.
No,
Not
no,
even
no.
stock music, like library music in this. There was actually several scenes where it was like, shouldn't there be music happening
Yeah.
here? Like when they're just running around and grading and you're just clack, 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 clack. I'm like,
Yeah.
music, like, build some tension.
Something.
Anything.
No.
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 Yeah, and I just want to mention the other scene where the cameraman was just like, "Fuck it," is when they're having their debate about, oh well, you do, it's your purpose to die here, and I'm gonna I'm gonna help the cause back home, not dying, and they just keep whip panning from between these two people who are clearly only like a foot away talking to each other.
Yep.
And yet they keep, okay, now you're talking, now you're talking, now you're talking, now you're talking, and it's like a pan and scan thing almost.
Yeah.
And it's like,
They're just trying to do something.
yeah, you're like, just get a wider lens. You're right there.
Nah. It's more fun to whip
only
that
had
camera.
Yeah,
One
but
lens.
it's just funny when stuff like that sneaks in, where it's just like the cameraman's just like, fuck it, man, we're going for it.
Yep.
Today's the day we go for it.
Yep.
Watch
On
out,
Demolition
Watch out,
University.
Roger Deakins.
Yeah.
Guys, I woke up
coming
with the
for ya.
best idea for shooting today. What if instead of we put them both in one shot, I just whip the camera back and
Yeah.
forth? It'll be fun. It'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over. Demolition
Yeah.
University's
No
over.
ancillary awards. I guess
Nope.
we just do some ratings.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I can go.
Okay.
This movie barely deserves this, but stupidly, I had a little bit of fun with this, so I'm going to give it a single jocks. Like, I think in the right mindset, you can have some fun with this movie a little bit anyway. I could almost, I mean, if the movie as a whole wasn't so meh, I could go higher because there are the couple of scenes that are really good, like that control room tussle is stupid and
You
hilarious.
guys were laughing like jackasses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
jackasses.
Because it's
It was so
amazingly
good.
terrible and awesome, and yeah,
like
but-
literal donkeys braying with laughter.
yeah.
The first movie had a scene where they planned a shot where he slicked the floor and sent a guy headfirst into a saw, into a circular saw.
That
This
is
movie
correct.
was just everyone's being bear hugged, and I don't know, the gun accidentally went off, and here's some bear mace, and okay, everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It seems like he lost any, MacGyver / John McClane shit he had from the first one. And it's just like, I don't know, circumstance. Yeehaw, we won.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's real dumb and way worse than the first one in every way, but there's still fun to be had in watching this.
You gave the first one bags.
Did I?
Yes, you all did except for me.
No, that's not true.
It's true.
That's not true at all.
You have the ratings right there.
I
Tell
do.
us.
I have the ratings right here. We all gave it 3 jocks.
Really?
BJ gave it 2 jocks, but we all gave it 3
Okay, I
jocks.
must be
Yeah.
thinking of Fast Getaway.
Oh,
then.
Fast
Fast Getaway
yeah.
got bags.
No.
Okay.
You gave it jocks.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean,
All these Corey Haim movies,
I know.
they're all the same to me.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
but anyway,
Do not besmirch Demolition High.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was
That
gonna
is
say.
a jocks movie.
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. It's just it's not as good. There is still fun shit in there. But yeah, man, Amy Dolentz's voice is
Squeaky.
it's grating, which is there was a lot of grating in this movie. Her voice and the flooring.
Yeah.
That's all.
I can go.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I agree with all that. This movie is not as good as Demolition High. It just
Nope.
isn't. Which it's a weird metric. I mean, it's just a weird thing for us to talk about that we're comparing and contrasting the 2 Demolition movies. But it's dumb, and but it has almost all the tropes in it that we like. None of them are particularly executed well. Like the bad guy is jokey and one-linery, but he just never nails it. Like you just that first round of stuff that he did in the office, like where he was like he shot that guy and was like dismissed, and then like tell Aladdin over here to do the like all of that was like, oh man, this guy's gonna be jokey as fuck and it's great. And then the rest of the movie, it's like they just told him to be jovial, but none of the dialogue helps him with that. But anyway, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly acceptable. I was sitting at the jocks the whole time, but the more I think about that ridiculous scene of just bear hugging and accidentally shooting everything, I'll bump it up to 2. It's not as good as Demolition High, but mildly enjoyable. I don't regret watching this at all. So
Yeah.
it's not terrific, but for one of these, you can do a lot worse. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like you guys have said. It's no Demolition High. I'm only going 1 jocks, but it made me notice once again that like the true hallmark of a bad movie that I find like just really like not enjoyable bad is editing. And this movie, like in the beginning, there's a lot of just let's show everything happening for no reason, even though only one shot would have done. You didn't need 4, and it does a lot of that.
Yeah.
And just some of the edits as far as like him palming the flask and not throwing it and them just leaving it in. Her flubbing a line completely where she swaps like to and with or something. It's like, I'm not going with prom to any of you guys. It was one of those lines where it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
she also says, "I am the power plant" at some point.
Yeah.
Not "I am in the power plant." Just "I am power plant." No one says the power plant's become sentient.
Yeah.
That
and,
stuff
and
is
just
weird to have been left in. Like
They were just like, "Go, we got to go."
yeah.
they must
And-
not have noticed it when they were filming because they were too busy trying to deal with high as shit Corey Haim.
Yeah. Who also, man, I appreciate Corey Haim's eyebrows in this movie because they are waxed to like, I don't know what the hell.
His haircut's better. It's a
100
normal
times
man's
better,
haircut
yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
It's that
It
kind
is
of
not
like,
the one on the poster, which is a picture of him from 10 years prior.
Strangely, his eyebrows are almost in like early Vanilla Ice levels.
Yeah.
Like I
They
mean,
don't
they're
have like.
I know he
cuts
doesn't.
in
I know
them
he
or
doesn't have
anything,
the
but they are
Adidas
sculpted,
stripes in
yeah.
them or whatever. But it's like they're waxed to like ridiculous levels like that.
He's just like 90% of the way to
Chunks,
just
like a
get into a
can.
cholo thing.
waxing a chunk like a candle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got like nose rings and stuff and
Yeah,
whatever, Corey Haim.
edgy '90s dude.
Yeah. But he's not really an entity in this movie.
Not
It's
really.
like the bad guys are more of main characters than he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nah. It retreads so much of Demolition High and just doesn't even acknowledge any of it. Like Lampshade, at least for me, do something like that, but they don't.
No.
So yeah, it's only 1 jocks. It's enjoyable for a few scenes, like the ticket to Burning Woman and the bear mace fight. But
And Robert Forster generally being good until he just goes out like a chump.
Yeah.
yeah,
But then he acts the hell out of his death.
He does. Yeah.
yep. Yeah, but still, it's only 1 jocks.
Okay.
I think I'll echo that 1 jocks. It's I don't know. I mean, you guys have pretty much already said everything that I can say about this. It's just not as out there and interesting. And wasn't this the one that people were more excited about? They were like, "Oh my god, are you going to do Demolition University?"
I think it was just that we were surprised this was the one that's available, like on Amazon.
Well, and
Oh,
I think
okay.
I think the excitement was more like, guys, did you know there's a sequel to Demolition
Yeah,
High?
yeah.
It was just like, really? And it was just
Yeah,
like,
and there's
yeah.
no Alan Thicke. So.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
just bemused that like we had a hard time finding the first one, and this one's just like, oh, it's on Prime, go for it.
Yeah, it's weird because the first one should really be the one that people are watching.
Oh
This is-
yeah.
Actually, the first one, we're confusing them again. Fast Getaway was the one we had the problem with. Demolition High is on Amazon also.
Is it? Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
All these Haim movies.
I know, it's so confusing.
It's heinous mistakes.
That line broke you, Chuck? That line?
He said Hamus.
It struck him to his core. Got him. We got him. Teamwork makes a dream work. But yeah, like it's really only interesting as compared to the first. If it was a movie by itself, it would just kind of be a throwaway. It would be a neutral or maybe even a bags.
Can you imagine if we watched these in the opposite order?
Oh yeah,
Like how amazing
Demolition
we would think
High would
Demolition
give like
High
10
would be.
jocks.
Like, wait, now he's in high school? What? Oh my god, this is great. They learn from their mistakes.
Right. This is like the opposite of what it should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1 jocks. It's okay to watch. Nothing super exciting though, except for the mayhem scene. There you go. You got it. And a couple things like you said, that Carver in the just about first scene with the one-liners, and that's about it.
Yeah.
We're about done.
Yeah. Well, all right. That's Demolition University. Let's take a break, shall we?
Okie dokie. Smoky.
Okay, Letterboxd has a pretty good review where someone said, if Demolition High was a cheap ripoff of Die Hard, then Demolition U is a cheap ripoff of Demolition High.
Pretty good. Yeah.
It's accurate.
That's an accurate disambiguation of
Yeah.
what the hell this is.
Yeah, good on you, that person.
Their name is Beef.
That's not true.
The name is Beef. Review by Beef. B-E-E-F. Beef.
Are they a fan of the show? When was that reviewed?
Let me see when Beef. March 10th, 2018.
Okay. So,
We might have had it, but
Yeah.
What?
what's going on?
Just looking at the shock mount.
Shock mount. Shock mount.
Yeah.
What you want to do?
Experiment.
You can straight up?
Maybe?
Okay.
This is odd. No, I'll make it shotgun style.
take your pick of the other stage. Or take 2. Decide which one you like.
I'm working on building a desk, like a roll-away desk for my living room for gaming and such.
All right.
And
And you need to bring boom.
yeah.
I guess these really are booms. Kind of like booms.
It's a boom. It's a boom of some sort.
A leaky boom boom, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Our old ones were leaky boom booms. These
Yeah,
are
that's true.
smooth boom booms. But
What's going on over there?
now, just in case I want to get back into streaming at all, I want to have an actual microphone holder that is not just a regular shitty boom boom.
Shitty boom boom. Shitty boom boom.
I know, it just gets in your head immediately.
Chakalaka blaka. I have no idea what he says. I like you boom boom now.
So people got second half shit.
Make
or
like a
what?
high, make a hiney ho. Yes.
Yeah? Good.
I have 2 movies.
You do.
I
Yes,
only
2
have
movies.
I only have TV.
Yes, 3 movies.
TV.
Mine are
Yeah.
all quick, but they're relevant to Mayhem.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
You.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Does anybody
you?
watch the
Oh, yeah.
Arrested Development remix season?
No.
Okay.
I want to.
Want to?
Yonk to.
Gotta re-lube up here.
Oh yeah. A little smacky.
I gave up.
Josh
I gave
Schmacky.
up the pomegranate. I did not like the pomegranate.
No.
I got me some cherry.
Hey.
Cherry bomb.
Cherry bomb.
I like
Ditching the palm.
I like the pomegranate flavor. I mean, I like pomegranates, but that was gross. It almost had like a almost minty feel to it.
He's trumping.
You're
his
right there,
water.
Donald.
That was my Trump water.
He doesn't have a straw,
water
so
drink,
he's just.
yeah.
How do I drink this? Not human.
Sure, MAGA agua. Make agua great again.
It's just,
Not agua.
there's
Not
so
agua.
much. There's so much dumb shit that came and went in a day.
Yeah.
Who the fuck drinks water like that?
Yeah.
Nobody. Except me.
If it had been Howard Dean, he would have lost the nomination because of how he drinks water.
Yep.
Ugh.
It's the world we live in, folks.
Oy vey.
Boy, I splashed water on my glasses.
That's what happens.
That's refreshing.
Yeah, when you drink like a fuckface.
Fucking orangutan. An orangutan.
All right, you guys pumped for a second half?
So pumped.
I'm
can tell.
so ready.
I can feel the pumpitude.
So pumped.
I can feel the pomposity.
Pumps are primed.
Prime pumpage.
Fucking
Yeah.
let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
I want to do this.
Yeah.
Here comes a graphic. Blow!
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Y'all.
Yeah.
Hello.
Uh-huh.
All right, welcome back.
Hey!
BMFcast.
Second half.
All right.
We got some second halfing to do.
Don't we?
Oh,
Do we ever?
so normally we go by who's watched the newest movies, but I think in the spirit of mayhem,
Yeah?
I'm going to step aside my two 2018 movies that I've seen.
Oh, shit.
And let you do some speaking.
Thank you. Because I watched some relevant to Mayhem movies.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them, in fact.
Oh, do tell.
I just was like, man, why Corey Haim? Like, who are you? Like,
Why Corey Haim?
why are you like Lost Boys? I know, but like, what the hell else? Like, why did anyone like you? So I was like, I don't think I've ever seen License to Drive. So I watched License to Drive. That movie is fun and charming. And,
Sure is.
and funny. It has jokes that actually work and is a very entertaining little movie.
That has one of those lines that I've said ever since I first saw that movie, which was, it was fuck. No, it just went out of my head.
All right.
Front door service delivery when he drives up the bike really fast.
Oh
and-
yeah.
yeah.
It's so like most 80s movies, it has some problematic content in it, but I would say unlike most 80s movies, it's on the slight scale. It's not like you're not going to be ridiculously outraged by the 80s content in it. And some characters actually push back against it. They're talked into bad situations, so
Okay.
that's fine. Corey Haim is a normal kid in this. Like, he's not annoying. He's relatable. And that was refreshing after having seen all these shitty Corey Haim movies that you feel bad. You're like, this guy just fucked it up.
The most annoying Corey Haim thing he does is when he takes his driver's license photo. Then it's like, oh, that's peak Corey Haim
Sure.
right there.
But
that moment.
That's the most of it.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
for the most part, it's Corey Feldman being irritating in this because that's his character. He's supposed to be, but he's barely in it. It's more. This is a Corey Haim vehicle. Yeah, it's got some editing problems. There's some stuff that you could clearly tell was filmed much later. Like hairstyles and heights are wrong. Like people were growing or something was wrong with them or whatever. But you should watch License to Drive. It's on the Stars app currently. I think that's where I watched it. So if you have the Stars, go watch it. It's fine. It's fun. And I think I'd seen when it got to the driving test scene, I'd seen that before. And I think it was like one day when I was a teenager, like suddenly it was just like, hey, we have HBO now for some weird reason. Quick, throw in a tape. Whatever, we shouldn't have HBO. Quick, record, steal the HBO that we have. And so I got like that scene, and I had seen that before like 2 or 3 times. So I remember that vividly, but the rest of it, no memory.
Plus Heather Graham.
Yes, Heather Graham looking rather lovely in that film. So, yeah. So then I was like, I don't think I've ever seen Dream a Little Dream.
How'd that work out for you?
That movie sucks.
That was my takeaway when it was new.
Yeah. No, that movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, I'm very curious to rewatch that one because when young film critic me who would watch just about anything was like, that was terrible, I'm curious where I'm at now.
Man, what a storytelling nightmare that film is. It makes no sense. I at its core, there is a nice little story happening in that film about people who love each other, but it becomes this weird David Lynch body swapping nonsense thing where Jason Robards ends up in Corey Feldman, and it's just like, this is a nightmare, and no one is acting right. Like, Corey Feldman never drops enough of his Corey Feldman persona that you feel like he's being inhabited by an 80-year-old man. It's just, he's just kind of, he combs his hair and it's just like, I'm a proper man now. You know, it's like, this is... So the opposite of License to Drive, this is a Corey Feldman vehicle, and Corey Haim is just kind of in there hanging out, not really part of the plot.
Oh, no.
But Corey Haim is annoying in this as well. But I think this is the movie's fault. The movie is this weird, pretentious, like, I'm making a teen movie, but I'm also better than teen movies. And it's just, it's a goddamn nightmare. God, it's got an amazing soundtrack, though. Holy shit, the soundtrack is amazing. So, there's that. And then today, I was like, hey, there's a Dream a Little Dream 2. Let's see what that's about.
Oh, man.
What?
God, if the first one is hot garbage, this is fucking burning refuse of the highest order. Man, like 20 minutes in, I was just like, I'm just going to do anything else but pay attention to this. This is just okay, so I don't know how the Coreys decided that throughout their career, when they weren't being strictly controlled by a director, they were going to dress themselves. They're fucking idiots. The way, like, they're always wearing like pirate outfits and anything they got from an RV Navy surplus store, and it's just like, you human beings do not exist in any realm of reality. Like, I don't know, and why no one is calling you out on your shit, I don't know, but you're dressed like a goddamn pirate. You're literally dressed. You're walking around the mall dressed like a pirate. What is wrong with you?
It was Puffy Shirt Day.
I guess. I don't know. But Dream a Little Dream 2 is a goddamn nightmare. It is got to be one of the worst movies I've ever attempted to watch. And that says a lot.
Sure does.
Man.
In both these movies, Corey Feldman thinks he's Michael Jackson. On the Dream a Little Dream 2 soundtrack, he contributes 3 songs, I think. And he's terrible.
So you're saying Dream a Little Dream 2 also has a hot soundtrack?
No, I'm saying it does not.
Oh.
It is a not soundtrack.
Oh.
Here's the weirdest thing about Dream a Little Dream 2. It's directed by the cinematographer of Maniac Cop 1 and 2, and like 3/4 of the cast of Fast Getaway shows up in this. The weird guy who was like doing her.
Yeah.
He's in it. The dad's in it. It like this weird like Maniac Cop group that got together and just swore like, okay, we're gonna do everybody else's movies from here on out. It's weird. They're all either in front of or behind the camera doing stuff in all their movies, like from that point on. It's really strange. But God, that's a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon. Don't do it.
Oh. Yes. Thanks for providing us a way and a warning as well.
I just, if you have to know, you're gonna find out.
Okay.
Gonna learn.
Boy, oh boy.
Well,
Seg out of that.
I cannot do that.
Okay.
Unless you would like to talk about what that will do to your Amazon queue, which might destroy it, also known as Annihilation. I have no segue.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sorry. I watched Annihilation.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's that movie everyone likes, but no one saw.
Want to watch Annihilation.
Everybody likes it except for the people who don't. No, I mean, they're like...
that applies to everything.
No. I mean, like, there are people who hate this and hate Ex Machina hard, and I found this out just by looking at the internet, which you should not do.
No, never look at the internet.
People
look at the
hate
internet.
Ex Machina?
Yeah, like, really bad. And I'm... All right, so...
Well, I'm glad I don't know any of those people.
I know.
Oh, God. Well, I was going to remember
Ex Machina
the...
is so fucking good.
I know. So, like, yeah. There was one turn of phrase where I was like, you know a film review is going to be terrible if they... what did they call it? It's a fucking, like, it's just another word for garbage, and it's like, I've noticed a trend if someone uses that
Refuse?
term. No, like I think I'm being smart phrase for...
Effluviant?
Well, not quite that far. Anyway, doesn't matter. But
I can afford some fucking words.
Those Star Trek aliens have nothing to do with what he's talking about.
anyway.
The effluvians.
Anyway. Just cut all that. I watched. Yeah, so I watched Annihilation.
Okay.
A lot of people like Annihilation, not as much as Ex Machina. Ex Machina, I think, is more clearly people are in favor of that. This one's not as clear cut. Like Ex Machina, it's like by the time that's over, it's like, yeah, unless you're not entirely brain smart, you're going to figure out what the hell is going on in that movie. You know?
Okay, sure, yeah.
You know,
Put that on the poster.
I'm saying, like, Ex Machina doesn't require a lot of thought. I mean, it's a thought-provoking movie. It makes you think of other things, but you don't have to think to follow along with the plot.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
I got it.
You know, there's a lot going on in it. What's happening is pretty apparent.
Yes.
This one is much more dreamlike, and you have to do some thinking to figure out what is going on. I think that's not everybody's cup of tea. Like, some people just want a movie presented and don't want to have to think about it. I think this is the kind of movie that if you watch it several times, it's going to be one of those. It doesn't hold your hand at all, but there are little hints all throughout it that tell you where the ending's going before it happens, and I picked up on a few. I guess what I'm saying is, like, in one viewing, I can't really review the movie because there's so much going on. I will say I liked it. I mean, I would definitely recommend watching it because whether you agree with what the story is trying to do, it's a gorgeous ass movie. I mean, I think it's easily, you can easily say that you know, this guy is going places as far as a director. I mean, you know, he was writing shit before, but it's a gorgeous ass movie, and I don't know, I enjoyed it.
Is there a reason he has not been given a $200 million franchise yet?
I don't know that he wants it.
Okay.
I mean, I think some people just don't want it. You know.
Yeah.
That's just usually how these things work. You get a couple of indie hits, and then, you know, it's like, oh, he can work in that space.
I mean, I feel like he's just like Alex Garland. He's just like,
I think he wants to only do
what he wants to do,
what he's written. He doesn't want to work in other people's sandboxes. He
Right.
wants to keep creating his own stuff where he has the freedom to do whatever he wants.
That's fair.
This is based on a novel. I liked one little bit of trivia I read before anyone can type it into the chat. Is that, like, he read the book some time ago and then didn't reread it before writing the screenplay and making the movie. He was like, I want to make the movie based on what I remember, almost like a dream. You know, like, because most people just devour a book 7 times and then write a screenplay and it's like, I have to capture this, but what can I cut here? You know, he was just like, I got what it's about. I'm just going to make what I want to make, you know, based on its template and what I remember, which I think is a fascinating way to go about it. But yeah, I mean, it's a damn good movie. It's not Ex Machina good. I mean, Ex Machina was one of those things, like, one viewing, I was like, fucking masterpiece, no doubt. This is like, maybe with another viewing or two, I will get there, but it's not like a immediate takeaway, like, holy shit kind of ending, you know, thing. Just, I don't know. But yeah, it's a gorgeous ass movie. Highly recommend. So, and I love that. I mean, everyone's good in it, but I think, like, for me, the standout is only because it's so counter to what I've seen her play. Is Tessa Thompson is in it, and it's just like, just having recently rewatched Ragnarok, it's
She's good in everything.
Yeah, she's good in everything. It's just like she's like so totally different. Like, she's usually like tough, you know, strong, and she's like nerdy girl in this one. Kind of like she's kind of the one who like starts freaking out first, sort of thing, you know. And it's just like it's fun to see someone kind of play against type and, you know, hopefully not get typecast. So yeah. Anyway, no segue. I watched another somewhat new movie. I watched Game Night. Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams thing.
That came and went awfully quick, I think.
It did. It got pretty favorable reviews for the short period of time that it was in the theater, and I'd have to agree with them. Like, it's one of those comedies, like, I don't know that, like, this is one I'm gonna, like, years from now, like, oh yeah, Game Night, that was really good. I mean, but it's not as throwaway as so many other comedies are. Like, it's comedy with filmmaking that's better than it probably deserves. Because it's a jokey movie. Its main purpose in life is to be a comedy, but it's also like a damn good kind of homage to twisty turny mystery things, and it's doing camera work and stuff in it that is more interesting than you would get from your typical comedy. There's almost like I don't mean this in a bad way, but there's almost like not Justin Lin, but like who I think James Wan liked to do it more, like the stationary camera twist, like or put it on a stationary object and move that kind of thing. I mean, you may be over that, I suppose, as a aesthetic, but it works in the way they use it in this movie. There's some interesting stuff, and it didn't feel completely superfluous like some of the James Wan ones are.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the one who did that shot in Fast 7, where he like The Rock did the rock bottom and the camera moved with him.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, some of his are just like, was that necessary? Like, they feel much more just cool camera movement stuff in this one. And like I said, it's interesting by the end. Like, it's not just a straight up like, yep, that's exactly what I thought it was going to be kind of movie. There is some like clue, like, oh, where is this ending going? What is actually happening here? Is this all, are they all fucking with him? Like, what's really going on in this movie? And it's, it's somewhat unexpected. And I just think generally pretty well written. And I mean, for the most part, continued attachment to Arrested Development aside, I'm mostly over Jason Bateman in movies. Like, I feel like he was just one of those, like, all right, I get it. I get, you're doing you. I'm the guy who's smarter than everybody else, and I'm talking down to you, haha, kind of thing. Like, I'm mostly over that character. It works okay in this. I think mostly because like he kind of has a counterpart in Rachel McAdams, and I think the funniest bit of it, and it's not spoilery, but they've got like one dumb friend who's just always like dating like near models of the week and bringing them to these game nights where they're very competitive and play a lot of heady games. And so he's just like always bringing these really dumb ladies. It's funny how many times he'll say some dumb shit and everyone's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And like how many times he ends up being 100% right throughout the whole movie. That's continuously hilarious in this movie to me, just because everyone else is like, oh, I know everything. I'm the smart guy. All this trivia. And, and like he'll just be like, yo, it's the thing. And then it's like, whatever. And it's totally that.
You should watch Ozark.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
just as far as like counter programming to Jason Bateman.
Well, I mean, it's a Jason Bateman drama, but it's like he is acting like he knows everything and is constantly being put in his place. Like, no, there are forces stronger than your dumb, fast-talking whatever bullshit.
I know. I don't dislike him. Like I said, I've just so many movies now. It's just like, yep, we want you to be you, Jason Bateman.
Yeah,
like as a comedy foil. It's like I'm kind of over it for the most part.
He doesn't act. It's like with Jason Bateman, you know what you're getting.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's like the Vince Vaughn model for a while until he actually did some different things.
He's like the opposite Johnny Depp of just like, man, that guy, he's not even going to put on a fake mustache. Fuck you. He's Jason Bateman.
Yeah. But like I said, it worked for me in this movie more so than so many others.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun little comedy that was actually better than it should be, and it's worth watching.
Yeah, what was the Office Christmas Party?
Yeah.
That was more I was just like, I don't know, Jason Bateman, I'm kind of sick of your shit.
Yeah. Again, like that movie is just prettier than it deserves. I don't think there's any... This movie's deeper than that one. Like that one's like shot better than it deserves to be.
Yeah.
This one's is actually a better made movie than you would think it would be, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. But Annihilation, definitely watch that.
All right.
I will. Now, isn't that owned by Netflix or something?
They did a weird thing. They released it theatrically here in the United States, and Netflix Netflix produced it, and so and the rest of the world got it Netflix like a week and a half after we got it in the theaters.
But as it stands in the U.S., we have to buy it, basically.
No, I think it's going to come to Netflix when it comes to like home video. I think. I don't know. I mean, it may be one of those like they'll sell some copies for a while and then it comes to Netflix and stays there forever. But I think eventually its home will be Netflix.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's a weird, like, they co-produced it with somebody else or something that, like, theatrical release. Which I heard a lot of people arguing for, like, wow, I'm glad that they did, like, we did that. I feel like the people that were saying that, like, I get the big theater experience, but I also, I don't have anything to add because we talked a shitload about the Avengers, but I went and saw that again, and I went to a really shitty theater, like the camera projector, the projector was just really bad.
Yeah.
And I think about, I'm sorry, but we're in an age other than like certain like, large format theaters. My TV's better than quality than the theaters. It's not as large.
That's how I felt when we saw Black Panther.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as large, but I know some people are like, "Oh man, the theater experience." I'm like, "Yeah, except unless you have a shitty theater. Like, I mean, unless you go to like the large format, super 8K digital projector, blow your pants off that costs $20 ticket. Like, I can get a better experience at home. I just can,
Yeah.
and I can watch it over and over again for that same price. You know.
Yeah.
I get that, like, things need to be seen on a big screen, but fuck, you can buy a 70-inch TV for fucking nothing these days and sit closer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like, I believe me, I'm 100% about the theater experience until theaters are just becoming increasingly more shitty. 'Cause, shit on the screen, bad projectors, whatever.
I guess I've been picking good stuff
Theater.
to see lately.
Yeah.
And
Don't get me wrong. I still love going to the theater experience when it's a good experience, like going there and having a group laugh or whatever. But, you get some asshole who's having the wrong reaction, and it's just like it sours you to it, or you have some technical problem, and it's like, I don't know. For me, it's like it's 50-50. Like, I'll go have a great experience, and it's just like, that was not awesome.
Even though, like, technologically it's not the best theater around, I kind of just... Right now, the only place I want to see movies is at the little indie theater near the house.
Yeah.
It's
because they do cool things.
They do, but even just new release movies, like I saw Infinity War there, and it was great. The projection isn't like the XD theater or the fake IMAX or whatever. It's not perfect. The sound isn't perfect, but it's usually people who want to see movies and aren't just going to the movies to have a thing to do. So it's a more enjoyable experience overall. Plus, the popcorn's really good.
Yeah, they
you
put
guys
all
know,
sorts of seasonings on it.
Yeah,
and stuff.
You guys know how I am about popcorn.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, you do.
Man.
I
Whenever
will,
I think of popcorn, I think of you.
yeah, I will eat a gallon of popcorn for a meal or whatever. Those large buckets, because fuck it, I love popcorn. But anyway, that's just like it's so much nicer an experience.
I guess my point was like, if you have a good theater and you're happy with your experience, awesome. I mean, I'm still 100% behind the theater experience. Just don't poo-poo I'm so happy we got it in the theater, whereas everyone else got it on Netflix. I'm like, fuck, if I had it on Netflix, it would have looked better than what I saw, because I have 4K and HDR, and it would have been all that in Netflix for sure. And my TV can do it, so just get with the program, y'all. I'm just saying, giant ass TVs with good picture quality are getting dirt cheap. So,
True.
Yeah, I'm ready to upgrade.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because we watched Thor Ragnarok before. Seeing Infinity War, I'm supposed to see it again, but my wife has worked late, like literally every night for the past like 3 weeks, so we haven't gone to see it yet. But we watched Thor Ragnarok in preparation of that, and we tried to watch it in 3D on my TV because I have the UK Blu-ray. Yeah, and only her glasses worked. And it only worked like some of the time. Like it's weird. Like the scene. Like it was weird. Like the big crazy ones
for 70% of the
look
time.
good,
All the time.
but like basically the scene that should have been the easiest to render, the one basically on Earth with Odin, like the people in the foreground versus the background, just shimmering like crazy.
Yeah.
Like it looks bad.
I don't
so
fuck
I need
with
to.
that post-processed 3D
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
Fuck it.
So it's there's a reason 3D has basically gone away from the home market, at least. So
Well, you have the active rechargeable
Yeah.
3D glasses, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm telling
Those
you,
are
4K
fucking up.
HDR, fuck 3D. As soon as you see something in that in full glory, goddamn,
yeah.
I don't need no 3D. Rather, the colors just pop into my eyes.
Yeah. So I'm already like,
Yeah.
all right, how can I get rid of this TV? Who can I give it to? How much bigger a TV can I fit on my wall?
Yeah.
This is the problem with making more money at a new job. You're immediately like, how can I spend all the money that I just earned?
I'm a consumer whore.
Yep, pretty much.
And how?
Yep. So you guys want some emails?
Totally.
I want emails.
Emails? Only got a couple.
Okay.
First one is from Chris from Kentucky, who his is titled AWOL. Hey guys, found your podcast a few months ago, and I'm about halfway through.
God.
You brave soul. So you'll hear this in a few months. I just finished.
That's pretty fast, though.
Yeah.
I just finished the Stone Cold episode, and I don't know if anyone else has pointed out, but the helicopter pilot is Mac's dad from It's Always Sunny. Thanks for all the great episodes. Crash and Burn, Chris from Kentucky.
I don't remember if we did with that, but we have pointed out Mac's dad sightings for other movies.
That man will get his due.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He pops up a lot.
Yeah.
Several times we'll be like, oh shit, it's Mac's dad.
Yeah, which is weird that other people besides us also.
No, I'm
Call
Mac's
him
dad.
Mac's
Yeah,
dad.
just call him Mac's
Yeah,
dad.
that dude works a lot, but
Yes.
like it's just, hey, it's Mac's dad.
Well, I think
He does, and he has a name, and he's good at what he does.
Yeah, Gregory Scott Cummins.
Gregory Scott Cummins.
Yeah.
Wow.
GSC, as we call
I'm
him.
impressed.
Or Luther, or...
Did you pre-look that up, or
No,
it
I
was
just
off the top
that,
of your head, huh?
that guy is always like I've seen that guy in
Okay,
enough of our
okay.
movies now to where the name pops. Yeah. He's a guy that looks like a fish.
I dare you to say that to him.
And like when he's got his weird.
In a good way.
Well, when he's
Yeah.
when he's
Like
got
the,
his,
like the shape of waterfish. The kind you'd fuck.
yeah, you know, this guy fucks. He's Mac's dad. He made Mac. No, but when he's got his facial hair, you know, like his weird goatee and his hair slicked back, he always looked like some sort of like dolphin man or something.
You look like a dolphin.
I don't think I'm pretty sure I don't.
Chuck just took that personally. He's like, I don't.
I don't.
No, I don't look like a dolphin.
He's a man with a porpoise.
Oh. God damn it. All right. Next email is from
Bottle it up.
from Chase, like the landmass island. This one's called Battle Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, BMFcast. It's Chase. You know the rest. I watched a baffling and awesome kung fu fantasy movie called The Battle Wizard this week, and it is so in your wheelhouse. And even better, it's on Amazon Prime. Quick sell. The bad guy has extending metal chicken legs and breathes fire. Also, there is a gorilla. What does kung fu? Watch it.
Wait, repeat that first part?
Quick sell. The bad guy has extending metal chicken legs and breathes fire.
All right, okay. I
Also-
heard that correctly.
There is a gorilla. What does kung fu? Watch it. Crash and Burn Chase, sent from my Ruse Zipper sneakers.
There's a gorilla. What does kung fu?
I always enjoy that phrase. What
There's
does
a gorilla. What does kung fu?
Yeah.
It was at 11.
Yeah. So this is
I have early on. People were like, "You need to watch Battle Wizard," and
Yeah.
I don't know why that like dropped out of my consciousness.
okay. So it's a Shaw Brothers movie. I've had this movie for us since I think we watched Stunt Rock because I was just Googling movies with wizards.
Yeah,
And that one
that's
came
a
up.
good Google
But
result.
yeah, but like there was never I just we didn't have like where do we drop it in? Like it just that was just every it's like I think as we learned on Extra, the Shaw Brothers movies are just a different entity entirely, and you kind of need to watch them subtitled to really appreciate what they're doing. And it's just hard for us to all pal around and watch a subtitled movie.
Does that say 1 hour and 12 minutes?
It does.
It's brisk.
Well,
I know. I mean, a lot of
when wizards battle.
yeah, I know the Shaw Brothers movies usually are not that brisk.
Yeah, they're usually like 2+ hours.
Yeah. So this one was just get in, get out, wizard. So, yeah, I don't, maybe figure out a way to slip it into something, but we do Wizard Month or. But yeah, it just right after Stunt Rock, I was like, you know what? We need
Wizard.
more wizard movies on the BMFcast
Yeah, I know.
because that wizard brought us so much joy. It was just like, holy shit.
Septim Wizard.
Octizard.
Wiztober.
Oh yeah, Wiztober.
Yep. Novemzard.
Sorcerer Timber.
We're gonna make this work.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. Wiz-timber.
Augured.
Genuwizard. Genuwizard.
You're wizard.
Pretty
close.
That's so long to wait for wizards, though.
Well,
You think we're going to make it to next January? My sweet summer child.
We will now that we've got a plan.
Oh,
a wizard always arrives when he means to, or something.
sure.
Genu Wizard. There it is.
Wizard.
Genu Wizard Jones.
No, that
No.
will never be a theme
No,
month.
no.
I know. That's why it's funny to just keep throwing
Let's
Jones
just
in the bottom of it.
leave that.
Anyway,
Battle Wizard.
Battle Wizard.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
It sure does.
We will watch Battle Wizard.
We will. Still on the list.
Yeah. Just permanently on the list.
Yeah, it's right near the top.
So is that wizarding the end of our correspondence?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
The wizarding world of correspondence.
However,
If
people
they'd
want to
like,
restock those coffers.
if they'd like to send an owl our way, how
Yeah,
will they
right.
do that?
I was trying to think of a spell joke, but I'm spent.
Well, just think on it for a spell.
I will. Check out the website, BMFcast.com. Email us, BMF@BMF. Email us, BMF@BMFcast.com.
Just wander all over there.
Yeah. Detritus was the word you were looking for, by the way.
Detritus.
Ah.
Detritus.
Did you look up some negative reviews on a movie?
No, I just looked up synonyms for garbage.
No.
Stupid girl. Anyway, in the continuing adventures of contact information,
Yeah,
give us a
go
call
on.
on the Garfield phone, 910-5JOCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. Leave us a message for Garfield. Whatever. Get in contact with us, man.
Also, the word is drivel.
Oh, drivel.
drivel.
Yeah, whenever someone else throws out
man.
drivel, you know
Drivel.
that review is going to
Yeah,
be shit.
you know they're above it all.
Yeah. That was actually the word.
Okay.
I just had to go into the Annihilation spoilers, and it was like 3 down. It was like, oh, this pretentious drivel. I say. Harumph. Now let me adjust my monocle. That's why I don't watch 3D.
They don't make 3D glasses for my monocle.
Where's my 3D monocle?
I prefer my 3 dimensions in stereoscopes. One singular frame of action.
Why did they make monoscope? Back in my day. Anyway,
Cinescope. What a
are we done with contact information? Did we
believe
walk
we
all
are.
over that enough for you?
Yeah, just
Well, he just kind of gave up
just
on
was
it,
like,
so we might as well.
Whatever.
He's like, yeah, we got a Patreon. It's patreon.com
Yeah.
BMFcast.
I didn't even bother saying
Fucking
it.
Give us
throw
some money or some
money.
shit.
Go there.
I
We got
don't
extra
know.
shows and shit.
Stuff and
I don't know.
whatever.
We have one about a time wizard or some shit. I don't
Who
know.
cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Doctor
I think that's what we
Who
call it.
Yeah.
We should have called it Doctor Who Cares.
Doctor, comma, who cares?
No, Doctor Who cares?
Yeah.
He's the doctor. Who cares? Anyway, let's take a let's take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break,
shall we?
Let's take a 1 week break.
Let's take a break. Think of some more of these hot things we could say and waste some time on this
What is
podcast.
wrong with us?
I don't know. Let's get out of here, shall we?
We
Please.
shall.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. See you next week.
Wizards.
We'll be here.
What is wrong with all of us?
So much.
Holy Christ.
We've got nutty, Professor.
Wiztoba.
God, Heather Graham still isn't even 50 yet.
No, she's not.
She's still a 10.
Yeah. Yeah, she was only like 17 and licensed to drive.
18.
Chuck checked.
I did.
Oh,
I didn't
you're-
want to perv out on
Oh.
Twitter and be like, Heather Graham's fucking hot in this. I was like, if she's a kid, I don't want to do that. Oh, 18? Okay, yeah, she's fucking hot in this.
I was going on the rule of like I was probably 12 when I first saw it. So
That
at
yeah,
this point, it's
sure.
like I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
If I'm 12 and like, oh, she's hot, then it just carries over.
I mean, it's
I don't
also
know.
weird to think like someone who's in their mid 40s now to say if they were hot when they were 17, is that
I don't know.
pervy? I mean, that's like I'm also basing that on all my after knowledge of Heather Graham being hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, watch License to Drive. Don't watch Dream a Little Dream.
I won't.
Bag.
I do need to watch the first one again, just for morbid curiosity.
You should do that.
I
would
should.
I would actually love to watch you live stream your reaction to that.
Would you now?
Because
you don't want to watch me. You just periscope myself as I'm
yeah,
watching it. Okay.
Yes, I want to watch your facial expressions where you're just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Like I said, when I had, I mean, what year did that come out? Like
89.
89. Yeah. So I was probably like 12, 13 when I saw it, and it was like I still remember like, what the fuck is this?
It makes no sense.
And I was watching weird ass shit at that time. I was watching anime.
Oh,
I'm sorry. In my day, it was Japanimation.
Oh, Japanimation.
And then eventually it was called anime and manga. I'll never not get old. How do you pronounce this? Manga. Okay.
Manga.
Anime.
Pronounce it. Shut up, you fucking weeb.
All right, guys. I think we're going to shut down this here live stream and mosey on out of here.
Hey, good night, everyone. Goodbye.
You princes of New England.
Yep.